Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Legacy of the Rimlen. Last time, we stumbled around quite a bit. That was one of the title proposals, actually. Probably would have been a better one than the more poetic one we went with. But, alas, we are to see where the stumbling about leads, I guess. Before we get into that, whatever you got from that word salad that I just expounded, I'm gonna ask the players who have once again deigned to join me to introduce themselves and their characters. We will start with the player whose character has sort of got a bit of a glow up, for lack of a better term, aka new artwork. Dely, could you please introduce yourself and your character?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely. As usual, I'm playing as the Oracle of Acestius Muninn. They used to. Well, I guess they technically are still a traveling scholar from Eastland, Brightland, and currently in a bit of a pickle. But we may be able to fix that. Who knows? We'll see.
Who knows, indeed. But yes, thank you, Dely. The artwork, as you can see, features Dely and a very controlling, I guess, deity behind them. And this artwork was drawn by Izvir, whom I will kindly ask to introduce themselves next. Izvir, if you will.
Hey. Hi, I'm Izvir, and I'm playing as Miroslav again, who is, on one end, happy that he finally managed to buy the stuff for Lady Ophelia, and also very confused of what Muninn's plan is. So yeah, he's a bit yeah.
As I
unsure.
As I have repeatedly said both on and off the record, don't worry, Izvir, I'm also very confused about Muninn's Dely's plan. But we'll see how that goes, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you very, very much, Izvir. And once again, funnily enough, speaking of new artwork, some of a new profile picture, Show and Tell. Could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, hi, I'm Show&Tell, and I'll be playing as Anghel, a mute peasant boy, sort of becoming Prince Charming, and also, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he's a little less charming lately, but
He has a makeover.
like in terms of just yeah, in terms of like looks, but yeah. Makes him badass.
For a bit of additional context, dear viewers, before the session started, we had a brief discussion as to whether Anghel should still have a year or not, so make of that what you will regarding his physical appearance, I guess. But yeah, thank you very, very much, Show&Tell. So, last time, as sort of mentioned, our players rather, stumbled about partly because of the way the map works, I guess. Muninn and Miroslav departed the estate with Basil to look for Anghel, and Anghel left the markets heading towards Zamfir's estate, presumably to look for Muninn and Miroslav, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. Meanwhile, while this was happening, the nun who confronted Anghel mobilized people to look for Muninn and Miroslav, and said people slowly began streaming into the market to look for the two of them. While Muninn and Miroslav were heading towards the market and the markets, Muninn's smell caused quite a few incidents, including with a few soldiers and just general passerbys. Muninn was repeatedly accused of smuggling wine and or grave robbing. They got out of it the first time by claiming they had a connection with Dafina, the Armash of Bogdania, the country you're in, who is above board the person who ordered these impalements, the people who were impaled that you saw in the city. The prince ordered them, but she's responsible for putting that into place, for lack of a better term. Anyway, Muninn got out of one encounter by claiming that they know Dafina, which scared a bunch of people, including Basil. They clarified to Basil that they don't know Dafina, but anyway. Meanwhile, Anghel also encountered someone in the markets, completely by chance, I'll mention. Abdul, whom you guys know as the person who shot Ribab, and also Zamfir's bodyguard. This time, well, not this time, every time you've met Abdul, he's been that way, but Abdul was very, very frightened and anxious when you guys met him. He said something that he does not want anything to do with his, quote, master's plan, and he just wants to leave town. And after briefly threatening Anghel with a gun, and Anghel threatening him with a slingshot, I guess, he fled, and above board, he is off the map at this point. He has completely fled. Otherwise, Anghel made his way through the town, stumbling into a few slaves, one of which always firstly helped carry some firewood, and the other of which offered Anghel some ointment for presumably the pain. Not that Anghel was in much pain at the moment, funnily enough. But otherwise, Angel's journey was mostly uneventful. We did leave off with him stumbling across the scene of the impaled person and the people gawking at the impaled person, which I guess might be a small bit of a shock for Anghel. On the other hand, Muninn and Miroslav continued having incidents while on the market. Miroslav spent some time purchasing some items from a shopkeeper, a knife if I remember correctly, some honey and some fruit, and Miroslav passed off the fruit as being the thing that Lady Ophelia wanted him to buy. Otherwise, what else happened in the markets other than Muninn's smell again caused quite a few people to turn their attention towards them, because the nun told people to look for a carriage driver and a hooded person who smells of rot and strong wine. And while a carriage driver is hard to identify and Muninn is no longer hooded, the smell at the very least is very, very recognizable. Still, while on the markets, Muninn also noticed Miroslav. I fucking hell. But I kept switching between the names, that's why I stumbled over my words. Both of you saw the very lifelike statue of a person, which Muninn saw with their spectral vision as a human, though with their normal eyes it seemed like just a very lifelike statue. And above board, Muninn got the spoilers, I guess, from Akesius and moved on. And the less said the better, I guess. Muninn's smell also caused a brawl and made a person vomit, which caused a general distraction. That's more or less why nobody has stepped in to intervene with your confrontation with the nun. And speaking of, you guys, Muninn rather, intentionally headed in the direction of the nun. Muninn's attention was grabbed by her because he could not really perceive her with his, as Dely termed it, spectral sight. Not the official word, but term, but that's what Dely calls it, so for convenience, I also call it that. And when they confronted the nun, I wouldn't say used anything. Basically, with her authority and her godly voice, for lack of a better term, convinced Muninn to immediately drop their spear and be kind of compliant, and the nun grabbed both Muninn and Miroslav and told them, we're going to the soldiers to review everything, and also said, Muninn, you're gonna burn alive because you're a demon worshipper. So that's more or less where we rejoin everyone. So as I go and turn on the background music, I would kindly ask everyone, as usual, what's going through all your minds, as our usual bit of warm-up, and also because I would like to drink a little bit of water, so please buy me some time while I do that, if you will. In whichever order you like, please do so while I grab a drink of water.
You guys go first. In order of whoever wants to go first.
Okay. I guess I can go first, even though I don't know really if there's anything special. Well, okay. Anghel just saw, the impaled guy, right?
Yes.
So he has to come to terms with that, I guess. It's kind of affecting. And I don't know. You might have to carve some wood. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's almost as if he's compelled to do so.
Almost.
Yeah. True enough. Thank you, Show&Tell. I'm finished with my drink, but I'm gonna ask Dely and Izvir what they're feeling too, just for the sake of completeness, I guess.
You go first, Izvir.
I mean, through Miroslav's mind is mostly going confusion, as I hinted at earlier already. And yes, as I mentioned last time as well, he is less worried about him having to testify, since he did try his best to de-escalate everything and didn't try to kill anyone. And if he attacked someone, it was to, help one of his comrades. So he did the least damage, probably. He's very worried about Muninn's plan and whether they have to confess, because their involvement was a bit bloodier. And they seem to have a problem with lying to the nun now already, so yeah.
A bit is underselling it, Izvir, though, to be fair.
I know.
Yeah, it's not like Miroslav is aware of like Muninn's mystical powers and all that, yeah.
Yeah, he's just seeing them like being very subservient to the nun, and is yeah.
To clarify, the nun has grabbed both of you by the
I know,
yeah.
I know. But like with Muninn, there was the whole thing with them laying down their spear and being like, "Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am." So yeah.
Yeah. That's understandably quite concerning, yeah. I don't know how much you want me to reveal. Well, not reveal Teeironor, but I do have a plan. I swear. I didn't originally.
I guess we can leave your plan part for when you actually put it into place, which I imagine will not take too long. Obviously, Dely, I am curious, of course, what Muninn's feeling, but just to briefly reiterate on what Muninn's feeling in terms of physical sensations, which almost certainly will be relevant. Muninn feels very, very uncomfortable, and when this nun commanded them and grabbed them by the hand and such, it feels reminiscent of how when a Kes is possessed, you almost as if you're on fire from the inside, but in a very different manner. Almost as in, it doesn't feel like, oh, someone's taking control of you and they're so hot they're burning you from the inside. It feels rather like there's something wrong. There's something very wrong with me, and the proximity of the nun. It's almost like bursting a boil. It's almost like cauterizing a wound. It hurts.
That makes sense. I suppose in terms of how Muninn's feeling, obviously in a lot of pain, perhaps in a lot of confusion, but more so, fuck, why didn't I expect this to happen? Sort of thing. Of course, I'm a little bit weakened by someone who is of the new faith, because we've seen this like happen before, haven't we? With like, there was like
Angel's critters, yeah.
Yeah, like those chanting monks made them go away as well. Like,
And also, if you remember,
always thirsty. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, if you remember, when you were in the monastery that you burned down, Cassius's voice was very muddled.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen, but I'm also very nervous.
Well, let's see what, if anything, is going to happen.
Yeah.
As to the order in which events should happen, what do you think? Should we continue following the initiative order of Miroslav, Muninn, Anghel? And obviously, since Miroslav and Muninn are together, you guys more or less go at the same time? Or is there, like, anyone who wants to particularly go first in particular, or anything like that?
No, I think that works. No?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't mind. That sounds good to me too. Like the order and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So last we left off with Miroslav and Muninn, because they, in the initiative order, go first because they have the better quick approaches. The nun just grabbed you, said, "You're coming with me to basically tell the soldiers everything." We've already went through how sort of that made you feel. The ball is in your metaphorical court. For additional bit of context, most of the onlookers are not paying attention to you because of the brawl, except for this slave over here that was frightened and is in the process of running away.
Okay. Does Miroslav do anything in particular?
He isn't really, like, he is more like reacting to what Muninn does.
Okay.
Because he's guessing that Muninn might have a plan.
Emphasis on might.
Yeah, they are hoping.
Yeah.
Say it like that.
Yeah.
He's hoping that they have a plan. Right. Yeah.
That's what's the word? Very. I like his I like Miroslav's faith. or maybe desperation. I don't know.
Sounds like it, yeah.
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 Okay. I'm gonna. If it's all good, as Muninn, I'd like to. I don't know how you would like me to do this, but would Muninn be able to sense Cassius or speak to him?
I can give you a general answer if you prefer to give me a careful if you want like a more in-depth one, but the general answer is that the presence of Cassius is still there, and also Bobo, feel free to remind me to send you emojis throughout the session if you want to. But it feels like there's almost a metaphorical barrier, almost like there's someone trying to interpose themselves between the two of you. Though trying is a bit of a strong word, because trying implies consciousness or awareness. It's metaphysical mumbo jumbo. Cassius is still there. It just feels strained, like the tie with him, and you're in much physical pain. Feel free to again give me careful if you want like a more in-depth answer.
Yes.
What's your question, and I'll determine if that role is sufficient to answer.
I think my question was.
It does not involve your eyes, probably. The role.
Okay. No, that's fine. I think my question was like, how much of his influences over me now that our connection is muddled. If you know what I mean, like, or Muninn, obviously. Like, would I be able to, if I said something that he wouldn't approve of, would he be able to prevent that?
I mean, I've not tried, so I don't know about that. As to I guess to better answer the question, you do feel, I guess, Akessis' emotion that I have sent you through an emoji just now. And you do feel his desire that you, not just feel his desire, but rather he tells you, extricate yourself from the situation. If you have to use violence, do it already. And you do feel compelled to follow that order.
Okay. How strong is that compel? Is it like, I need to do it now? Or is it a case of like, if I didn't do it, like can I resist it?
I mean, above board, you can always try resisting Akessis. And I mean that always, even in the context of there's no holy people around and you're like he's right in front of you or whatever. It will always be probably a forceful roll. And above board, if there are ever difficulties in Akessis' control over you, and I'm saying if there are, I'm not saying that there actually are, it will probably result in different difficulties for said forceful or whatever else roll.
Okay.
But yes,
I think that makes sense.
In the absence of you trying to oppose Akessis, you are compelled to follow his will.
Okay, I think.
And I'll add, any attempt at opposition will be noticed.
Okay. I think I will try to. It sounds forceful though, and I'm not very forceful as a person.
To be fair, even I, the DM, can mostly think of forceful ways of you trying to oppose Akessis. That said, if you can think of a non-forceful way, I'm open to hearing it, of course.
Yeah. I was more referring to, well, at this point in time, the nun. But could I could Muninn try and slip out of her grip, like a snake? I don't know how else to describe it. Like, can Muninn try and whip their hand away, if you know what I mean, or arm away, I guess?
Sure, it'll be opposed forceful rolls. And she's got a forceful of 7.
Not the best idea then. Could I take if my other hand is free, could I grab? Could Muninn grab? Sorry. Oh, it is. Okay. Could I grab some dirt, some loose dirt from the ground, and throw it in her face to blind her?
Yeah, sounds sneaky or careful. Is this an attack or just a narrative thing? Because if it's attack, we will go into combat if it's an attack.
I don't want it to be an attack, but I would like to get I would like her to get off me. Okay. So I guess a narrative.
Yeah, for now a narrative thing, sure. Give me again sneaky or careful. I'll roll. What would be her thing? Yeah, that would be her thing. Oh, she rolled awfully.
Oh wow.
What did you get?
I just noticed my. I haven't rolled yet.
Oh.
I was checking my. Oh, okay.
This is an overcome roll. Tie on overcome means you either fail or succeed at a negative cost.
Maybe succeed at a negative cost. Please.
I think because you're not very cautious, as demonstrated by your poor careful roll. So you do grab dirt, throw it in her eyes, but you misjudge your aim. Izvir, how do you defend yourself from dirt coming flying at you?
Oh, sorry.
for Izvir, Izvir does not have to be the one put a free.
Miroslav would like, since one arm is being held by the nun, with the other he's holding the fruit, he would just like squint his eyes shut and like bent over a bit so that the dirt at least doesn't get like in his face.
Quick or careful sounds like.
Then I will use a quick. That is a 5.
Yeah, you that's not the movie. I was trying to think of a movie reference, but either way, you matrix away. That's the reference. You matrix away the dirt that's coming flying your way. You are unscathed, and then it per the original intent, the dirt flies in the nun's eyes. She gasps in surprise. I think it makes sense for her to temporarily let go of both of you. She'll have to roll again to grab both of you again.
Okay, awesome.
Miroslav would like when he feels like the nun releasing his arm, he'd be like, "Do we go?"
I think Muninn would be tempted to run. Muninn would say, "Miroslav, you go, get out of here, go."
You're both staying, says the nun.
Muninn would like push Miroslav in like a direction that's like away. Obviously, like Miroslav, like feel free to not be pushed or whatever. But they would say like, go, like you need to leave.
Yeah, Miroslav would try to leave.
Okay.
The nun is unable to stop you physically, at the very least. So, Miroslav, if I may have your movement?
Yeah, like 1, 2.
You're above board. If you remember, there's a brawl going on here.
Yeah, I know. I don't mind going closer to the brawl.
Sure.
3, 4, 5.
You have 10 in total.
6. Yes. 7. And I'm guessing I see Basil there.
If you see him on the map, you see him.
Okay.
He was... You obviously did not notice when he left the two of you, because we established last time that you did not notice, but you do see him trying to sneak away, but also like throwing glances back at Muninn and Basil. And when he sees you approach, he waves you that let's get out of here.
Yeah, Miroslav would nod, and I used up my movement, so.
May get a careful from you because you're perilously close to the brawl. Let's see if there are any stray shots coming your way.
5.
Nope. Well, either there aren't or you're able to dodge them seamlessly. Your choice.
I continue matrixing my way.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All the bystanders are paying attention to the brawl. They don't, at the moment at least, particularly care about the two of you trying to sneak away. Is not the right term, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
One thing that I would like to do is like conceal the pouch where I put honey in.
Give me a sneaky, and that will be the difficulty that people will have to beat to. Yeah.
I mean, I could do it with my stunt.
Oh, of course. If you want to use your stunt, you can just do that. Do you want to do that?
Yes, because that is the one thing that apparently people are, Basil and Nicephorus were
Mainly Nicephorus, but yeah.
Yeah, Nicephorus was interested about, and if they can't see the honey and I just have the fruits, then it's more believable.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense to me.
Yeah, so that would be what I want to do.
As per the usual terms of your stunt, the honey is concealed until you, Izvir, and I mean Izvir, not Miroslav, decides to reveal it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything from Muninn, like in terms of... Well, actually, no, you've already had like sort of an action, so I guess we have to check in on Anghel.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Are you with us, Show&Tell?
Yes.
Right. You, Anghel, joined by Always First, he stumbles across this impaled person. You saw him a bit earlier, but you did continue taking a few steps in that direction, perhaps in a daze or something. Your choice, of course. Always First, you just handed you the pain ointment that you received from the random slave woman. And yeah, you stumble across the site. If, of course, you have any questions about what you see or who's on screen, feel free to ask.
Like the people? Like the tokens that I see, you mean?
Yeah, or anyone in general, I guess. I don't know if you have any questions about, I don't know, your Anghel's parents, I guess we can ask them now. I don't know.
Okay, so I do want to get rid of the compel that I've been kind of lugging around.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Anghel will waste his turn carving wood.
You see at the very short distance 2 trees, one over here, and there's obviously more, but those are the closest ones to you.
So I need to like go over to that tree. Okay.
I mean, unless you have wood on you. I guess there's technically wood on the impaled person's person.
Oh my god. Okay. We won't go there. Am I close enough to the tree? Or not?
Can take one more, I think.
I have no idea where I'm going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. You're good where you are. Always First he follows you along.
Okay.
Curious of what you're doing.
So, Anghel, I guess, reaches out. Like, he has a knife on him. As he usually does, I guess. And I guess he reaches out and kind of cuts off a piece of something.
Is Anghel trying to be stealthy about it or just ripping into a tree?
Not too, like... I don't know if stealthy, but, like, not... He doesn't make a big deal about it. I don't know. He just goes over and...
Yep, okay. Can I get, I guess, a sneaky from you? I know you're not trying to be stealthy, but this will determine if you, like, grab attention.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you begin ripping into the tree to carve wood. I don't think there's a roll required necessarily, because you've done this before, and you're a big, strong lad. You do hear from inside one of the buildings. I'm not sure if you can see them very well, like with your token's vision, but you do hear from one of the buildings that's next to the tree. Hey, what's that sound outside?
Hey, is it like, does the tree belong to someone? Would Anghel know that?
Give me a clever, I guess.
Oh man. Never mind then.
Head empty, must carve.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. Okay, so Anghel does that. He must carve.
Feel free if you want to determine what exactly Anghel carves. If anything, if it matters, of course.
I mean, what would he carve? Maybe he carves a horse. Maybe, I don't know.
Yep, fitting. Always First he sees you doing that and says, "Oh, all right." He reaches into the tree to try to imitate you. But unlike you, he's not a physically strong person, so he just pulls and ow, and like flicks his hand in obvious pain. How do you do that?
I don't even know what to say to that. Okay. I think, I don't know. Does Anghel, like, when he carves, does he pay attention to other people?
Up to
Because he
you.
spits like an anxiety.
Yeah, up to you entirely. I guess we've sort of established that he does it again, as you just said, an anxiety thing to calm down. I don't know if that means that he's entirely focused or if it's just like almost like a stress ball and he can do other stuff while he does it. It's entirely up to you. And I believe the compel that made you do this was either yours or Dely's. Probably yours. So all that being said, you're probably in charge of.
Yeah, I think it was Show&Tell's.
Yeah, so you're in charge of how much it affects Anghel.
Okay, then. I mean, I don't think he pays too much attention to what Always Thirsty's doing right now. So hopefully Always Thirsty doesn't try again. I don't know.
I'll roll his clever, I guess. He's not very clever. He will try again.
Yeah, we're all stupid together.
Apes together strong and all that. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Show&Tell?
No.
Okay. Muninn and Miroslav. Oh, actually, no. Before that, I guess NPCs, if any move. Let me determine if any NPCs in particular move. Yeah, I guess I'll make a new token. Like I'll copy and paste the new one because someone will be coming out of this house, and begin moving in. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing. Moving in this direction. Okay, I think that's more or less it for now. On that tokens note, anyone else that moves? I mean, there'll be general clamoring about in the market with the brawl. I think, some people might even join in or just come and spectate. But otherwise, I think everyone else in terms of NPCs is fine, more or less where they are. Miroslav, if you move away with Basil will accompany you. Okay.
Yeah.
So Basil will move on your turn, for lack of a better term. Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess in terms of initiative order, we'll go with Miroslav first and then Muninn. I know we usually do you at the same time, but I guess you're kind of separate at this point.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, that sounds good.
So, just trying to figure out whether I can pass by this person, but
there is I'll draw on the map. There is like you can go this way, the way I just drew on the map. That said, it's a narrow squeeze, so you will like have to push past people and such.
Okay, so the easier, less push way would be like this, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there will be less people that way.
Okay, how do I...
I can delete it if you want.
Okay, yeah. Thanks.
No worries.
So,
But yes, Show&Tell and Del, you guys can also draw on the screen if you want, but please don't.
Okay.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's another tight squeeze, but...
It's between the stalls, but there are no people there.
Yeah, I am at the end of my movement, so that's it for me right now.
As determined, most of the bystanders are just paying attention or even joining in or betting on the brawl. So nobody is paying too much attention to you.
Yeah.
Anything else before we go to
No.
Muninn? Okay. Dely? Muninn?
Okay. Muninn would say to So I'm so nervous to do this because of the potential consequences. But Muninn would say to, Muninn would like back off away from the nun in a way to like, not to like get away, but to like at least so that she would really have to
Create some
try
space.
like, yeah. So Muninn creates space between themselves and the nun, but they say like, I'm not here to hurt you. Like, please calm down.
I don't think sort of that was her assumption going into this encounter.
Yeah.
So as she clears the dirt from her eyes, she says, I don't have. I've seen into your companion's heart and beheld your misdeeds, and the three above have told me of you. You're coming with me where you will confess everything.
If the three above have told you about me, then you know of the Oracle of Acesius.
Don't speak the name of such demons out loud.
And if you know, and Muninn's like talking as if they're testing the waters, they're like, am I allowed to say this? Am I not allowed to say? So they attempt to say, you know of the Oracle of Acesius. The Oracle is a puppet of the god of sorry, that's me stuttering, not Muninn. You know, Acesius's Oracle is not just a representative of him.
Yeah, Cases allows you to say that, yeah. And the nun replies, I said not to speak his name, and she attempts to grab you again.
Muninn would quickly dodge out the way or try to. Oh my god!
Let's see you try.
Moly.
Emphasis on try.
Oh, this might mess things up. Okay. Oh, sorry. I haven't actually. You didn't say.
Oh, right. But yes, it will be a quick per how
Okay,
you
fine.
phrase it. Yes. Thanks
Sure.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, my bad as well. My bad. That's not good. So she's got me.
Yeah. By the wrist again.
Okay. Muninn would say like, please unhand me. I need to speak with you. I need to.
You can speak.
I need to have.
You can speak before me and before the upper lawful authorities of the country who will pass judgment.
Testing the waters, Muninn would say, you know my will is not my own. How can you pass judgment on someone who...
I'm pausing because I'm not sure if the cases will allow you to say that.
Oh, okay. So I'm still under...
Well, give me a second to think.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd allow you, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Muninn would continue and say, how can you pass judgment on those who have no will?
You knew what you were doing when you swore yourself demon worshipper.
I'm just thinking of how to phrase this. You know nothing of me or my journey to get here.
I know enough, Muninn of Brightland.
Then you know that my position as Oracle, I had no choice. And
lies will not save you. And
this isn't a lie. Sorry, go on.
How do you oppose her basically enforcing that you ought to speak the truth on you?
I guess I wouldn't. I guess it depends what truth I would say I'm not going to contest the role.
Okay.
Because Muninn is I would say I don't want to contest the role, but then I don't want to.
If you don't contest it at all, it might impact your ability to use your stunt.
Okay.
Because if you don't contest it, then it's as if you rolled a 0.
So I may as well contest it a little bit. So okay, fair enough.
If it's more than a 3-point difference, you will not be able to use your stunt. I'll say that. Well, at least for now, of course.
Okay. I think Muninn would. So she's trying to force me to tell the truth. I think Muninn would oppose
she's almost commanding you to. You feel,
Yeah.
and you'd feel in your soul, for lack of a better term, that it's not just her telling you to speak the truth, but you feel almost an otherworldly authority behind her words, for lack of a better term.
Wow. Yeah. I think Muninn would try and contest by, again, like maybe trying to maybe get away, but then again, like forced falls. I don't want to like hurt her, and Muninn doesn't. Sorry. Maybe Muninn would try and like feign like they were gonna. Maybe they pick up a bit of dirt to throw it in her eye again, but they're not actually gonna do it this time. They're just feigning so that she like
Sounds flashy.
Sounds flashy. Okay. Okay, I'll live with it. Okay.
Well, that's 5 minutes we've spent on nothing. I'm joking.
Awesome. So she forces me to tell the truth about what? Sorry.
In general.
In general. I guess Muninn would say, in terms of how they became the Oracle, they would say, is that like what she's asking of me, or is it in terms of? Because Muninn was like,
I guess if you want the direct context, you were saying, becoming the Oracle wasn't my choice, and she basically said, "Do not lie to me." She did not like specify, "Oh, don't lie to me about your choice to become an Oracle." She just said, "Do not lie to me."
Okay. I guess Muninn would. I feel like this isn't lying by saying this. Muninn would say, "Fine, I wasn't forced into it, but the choice I had no other choice in the sense that the other options were non-negotiable. It was either this or servitude to another. Servitude to another,
or accepting your lot." She says.
What do you mean?
Were you not given the choice of just accepting that curse?
The one that the
curse of the die above board.
Yes, yeah.
And she also adds, besides, what you were asked to was not above board. She's referring to the devotion to the new religion, all that. She's saying, she will continue, what you were asked for was not servitude, it was simply devotion.
I at the time I didn't see. I thought what I chose was best for myself and for my friends, but you
picked the worst option for your soul,
and I can see that now. Muninn would try to say,
"Is that a lie?"
No, Muninn definitely regrets that decision.
Cassius will not allow you to say that.
He would not.
Feel free to try to oppose it if you want to.
Okay. Could I... If it would be a forceful roll, right?
On face value, yes, unless you can think of a way to make it a different thing.
Not... probably, but it would take too long. So probably not. So roll a forceful. -1. Even better.
You clam shut.
Okay. So instead, Muninn would say, "Your faith builds a barrier between myself and Akesius. His will is
Of
not
course
strong
it
on,
does. Of course it does.
and this will, and your faith may be the key to."
Shut
Muninn
up.
would try to say.
Above
Okay.
board.
Muninn would shut up.
Can
I-
feel free to try to oppose it again, because it's a different thing.
Okay. No. Wow. No. I can see how this works though narratively. So Muninn would instead say, "I am a different person than I was when I made that choice. And if I could go back and choose differently,
Shut up.
was I allowed to say what I said or not?
The first part, yes.
Okay, just not if I could choose differently.
Yep.
Could I make it known, at least physically, like that I am being silenced?
If you can
In
think of
terms
a
of-
way.
Other than like, Muninn would put, the shush sign where you put index finger on your lips. Muninn would like point to the sky and then like shush their lips to be like, I'm being silenced.
Give me a flashy to see if you convey that.
Oh, okay. Only because I'm nervous about my flashy rolls. Damn. All my rolls are shit today.
Oh.
Okay.
Is it a good time to check in on Anghel?
Yes, definitely. Get this. Get the camera away from me, please.
So Anghel, you carve beautiful sculpture of a horse while Always Thirsty ineffectually tries to rip at the tree repeatedly.
Okay.
I imagine he's climbed up a branch at this point and tries to rip it with his body weight, but he's just not managing.
What is he doing? Okay. So Anghel, I guess so. He's finished. That's it.
Anghel, no, he's not. He's not. No, unless you use your stunt.
Oh, how long is it going to take him then?
Give me a quick.
Quick. But not very quick.
Like 3 turns.
Okay then. I guess so. What? Okay.
You
So
continue.
nothing happens. Yeah.
Okay. This woman comes into view and says, "Hey, what are you doing to my cherry tree?"
Oh,
So I just swallowed water. My God, I almost choked.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Always Thirsty
I mean,
immediately lets go and falls on his back. Ah! He groans in pain.
okay. I mean, Anghel doesn't really pay any mind unless the woman will, I don't know, force him to pay attention.
Can I get a careful from you? Because I'm curious how visible the damage you did is, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. I'll roll her own careful. She assumes Always Thirsty is the only guilty one, for the moment at least. Okay.
Yay. Poor Always Thirsty. But he brought it on himself. Nobody asked him to do this.
So she passes by you, gives you a look, looks shocked by your injuries, but more importantly, her cherry tree is in danger. So she rounds on Always Thirsty and says, "I asked you, what do you think you're doing?" And he says, I'm imitating the prince." What? What's that even? Are you trying to impale someone? What are you thinking? No, not that prince, ma'am.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Does he know that like is Always Thirsty aware of what's going on like outside his own fantasy?
He was.
I mean, like-
He did come along with you when you saw the impaled people.
Okay, and he knows that the prince did it?
Yeah, because it was stated out loud
Oh, okay.
by Nikephoros and I believe Muninn, if I remember correctly. Anyway, in character, he says, "No, not that prince." She asks, "What do you mean? Are you trying to impale people?" And he says, "No, I would never do that." And she says, "Well, how do you intend to fix this?" She points at the admittedly minor damage he has done to a tree. Says, "I have a jug of wine." Roll his sort of negotiating role, I guess. She grabs it and says, "I want you to leave now." Always first he looks at you. Meaning Anghel.
Yeah. I mean, Anghel is busy.
I'll leave in a bit. Now, I said. Looks at you more frantically.
I guess if it's getting really loud, I guess maybe Anghel will kind of.
She is shouting, and she's sort of right next to you.
Yeah, so Anghel will turn around.
She is not currently paying attention to you. She's looking at Always Thirsty.
Yeah, so Anghel will try to like catch, I guess, Always Thirsty's like gaze kind of over her shoulder, maybe. I don't know exactly.
He's looking at you regardless, yes.
And we'll kind of, I guess. I guess it will like stop the carving for a second, put it under his arm. I don't know, something. And sign like, "Okay, let's go," or something, like for them to move away, I guess, a little bit or something.
He nods frantically and scrambles to his feet, still in pain from having fallen from the tree. And the woman just glares at you, having taken her a jug of wine from Always Thirsty. And yeah, Always Thirsty scrambles away, and you are able to do so if you so wish as well. It will mean
that will count as less.
Less carve. You will not carve for this turn, but you have to carve in following turns.
Okay. So fine. So we will just go here. How many steps can
You have
we
4.
take? 2, 3. The mansion's supposed to be here. Like
Around here-ish, yeah. There-ish.
okay.
Closer to here-ish.
Oh, okay. I don't know how many steps I took, but I hope that's.
I think 1 too many, but it doesn't matter. If you are like scrambling away, it doesn't necessarily matter.
Okay.
You are next to the impaled person at the moment, so your choice if you want to be there.
So maybe can I like take a step back?
Yeah, if you want to.
And just take, like it's dead, like retcon the step.
Yeah, if we want to, yeah.
Okay.
Their groans of pain are audible regardless.
Yeah.
Very lovely.
Very.
Funnily enough, I think you can also see the other impaled person if you look closely enough. Because there's 2 in the streets anyway. Yeah, Always First he sees you've scrambled away in a different direction, so he will run to catch up with you on the following turn. Anything else on your turn at the moment?
No.
Okay. For the NPCs, the woman who just chased you away will stare at both of you like waiting for you guys to go away. Any other NPCs that move? No, it will just be the brawl that continues, and maybe this fellow will move in closer. This soldier will move in closer as well to watch. And Always Thirsty will run to catch up with you, Anghel, panting as he does so because he's not very athletic. He says, "Do you think we can go back and buy a bit more wine from the market?" Says to you, Anghel.
You can go.
Oh, all right. Where are we meeting?
Like Anghel tells him as much as he knows, I guess, or points like says mention points something. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't think I'm thinking if I was thinking if always first he needs to roll, but I don't think he does. This is not that big of a town, and kind of hard to imagine that he would get lost. So okay, he'll nod and on the following turns, return to the market to purchase drinks.
Okay.
Above board, he'll probably spend all his budget, but that's nothing new. Okay. Any other NPCs that move? I guess this fellow who was frightened will run away more. Anyone else? I do not believe so. So we return to Miroslav then. Is Izvir with us?
I muted myself when I sneezed and then forgot to unmute again.
If you said something, Izvir, I'm sorry. We did not.
I didn't. I just noticed now that I was still muted. So wait, the Zamfira state is in like this direction, if I remember correctly.
Vaguely, yeah.
Okay. So I will continue in that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I go between those two stalls?
It would be a tight squeeze, but yes. I'll go around, says Basil.
Fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else on your turn?
No.
Alrighty. Then Muninn next.
I had an idea.
Oh dear.
And it can... Yeah. I don't have those very often. What would happen if... Sorry, go on.
I was saying, oh dear, not in terms of, oh, Dely's a dum-dum. They rarely have ideas, but rather, oh no, Dely had an idea.
Okay. The idea is, would Muninn know any new faith chants or anything?
A prayer, yeah.
Prayer.
Yeah, I mean, even if you are not like particularly religious, you would have been taught just like basic prayers as part of your general education.
Okay. With proof that this has worked before, Muninn would, with the monks and stuff, Muninn would try and sing a new faith prayer.
Kessis would definitely try to forbid you from doing that. Feel free to roll to oppose.
What would you argue that is in terms of...
As usual, forceful, but...
Okay.
Unless you can think of a different thing.
The only thing... I'm fine with forceful. The only thing I was thinking maybe clever, because it's like Muninn had to think, oh, if I chant this, maybe it will...
Yeah, I can see it clever.
Okay. Awesome, thank you. I just have a better chance with clever.
You're able to do it. Much to this emoji that I just sent you.
He's angry. So as Muninn's chanting, do they feel the barrier
like you're burning yourself?
Okay, so the barrier doesn't change between themselves.
While you're chanting, you do not hear Akessis' voice, but you do feel his irritation, and you genuinely feel like you're ripping yourself in two.
Okay. Does this on its own show to this nun, like, hang on a minute, something's not right?
Give me a flashy.
Okay. I've got something else in mind if this flashy's a -1. Okay.
Sigh.
Could I like justify? Can I look at my character sheet really quickly? Just to be.
I assume that's a rhetorical question.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I was thinking if I could, but then I was thinking I could probably fate point it maybe, but I don't really have an aspect that applies to what I'm trying to do. Maybe distrusting and secretive is like could work because Munin's being distrustive and secretive of Akessius in terms of like they're trying to break free, which
You're
is
not.
quite.
You're doing the opposite of secretive. So on that front, no. As to distrusting, give me a bit more.
It's a bit of a stretch, but Muninn no longer trusts Akessius. Before they were a bit dubious, but they thought, hey, God of knowledge, I love knowledge. Maybe an oracle wouldn't be so bad.
Okay.
Now they do.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Are you using it to give yourself +2 or to reroll?
I mean, what would you recommend? Would a 1 be sufficient, do you think, or are you not allowed to tell me?
I'm allowed to tell you. Would a 1 be sufficient? My question first. What are you trying to prove? Because it may be sufficient or it may not, depending on what you're trying to prove.
I think I'm trying to prove that. So Munin's chanting because they think that it might help sever the well, not sever, but at least nullify Akessius's grip on them. And doing this, like an Oracle of Akessius chanting New Faith prayers is not something that a happy Oracle would do, right? So the fact that they're doing this is a sign of like maybe they're not very happy, and that like maybe
a 1 would be sufficient. Yeah.
Okay, there is a cry for help. Is the short answer. Is a cry for help.
So you're using your fate point to give yourself +2 then?
Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
Okay. You begin chanting a prayer. Probably when you were taught when you were little, and of course it's not in the same language that this lady speaks, but I think she would understand what you're doing, definitely. But again, you're able to, in terms of how she feels, for lack of a better term, mollify her somewhat, as in she's no longer looking at you necessarily with anger, but almost pity. But again, emphasis on you feel like you're ripping yourself in two. You don't feel like you can keep this going for very long.
Yeah, that's understandable. I think as soon as Muninn sees that she's pitiful of them, they would probably stop. Because of the sheer pain.
And as soon as you stop, continue.
No, I was going to say that they would do something, but if something's going to happen as soon as they stop, then go ahead.
Yeah, as soon as you stop, Akessius returns in full control of your body and intends to take control of your body above board.
Oh no.
He's not happy with you. Do you try to oppose this in any way?
Other than to forcefully oppose it, I can't think of anything quick enough and narratively what would make sense. So no. Could I do a forceful?
Yeah.
Basically, is what I'm trying to ask. Okay, cool. A 2, not too bad.
Yeah. It is not enough to prevent it, but it's enough to give you at least a couple seconds of warning, for lack of a better term, as you do feel Akessius's presence return to you, but not just return like, oh yeah, I'm back in charge, but actively begin taking control of you. You once again feel hot from the inside, like you're burning from the inside, all that good stuff.
Oh god. If they could scream, they would, but I assume they can't.
You have a couple seconds to act, as you will.
What could I say something to the nun just very quickly?
You have like 10 seconds
before it happens.
In universe, 10 seconds, not as we're deliberating 10 seconds, of course.
Okay, Muninn would say, as they feel like impending doom almost, they say to the nun, I wouldn't do this if I didn't have a reason to, and you know why. Muninn would try to say, I wish to be free of this. And then obviously if that's like too late or whatever.
I think
Or
it's
if- or
enough
you-
to get the word across, yes. But that's when you lose control. After, like, just after that is when you lose control of your body to Cassius, I think.
Okay. And they would be screaming. They would be screaming in pain if they could.
Internally.
Yeah.
As Cassius in control of your body, the nun reaches forward to help, and Cassius pulls out one of Muninn's knives to stab her.
What? Wait. Oh, Cassius does that. Sorry, I thought that I really misheard you. I thought. Okay, could I oppose to try and stop that? Or is that? Am I really not in control? Like,
Here's
at
what we'll
all?
do. Here's what we'll do. I'll roll basically Cassius controlling use force. So this is not like Cassius's real stats. It's sort of how he's limited in your mortal body. The nun will of course try to oppose, and you can also roll, and we'll add your roll to the nun's roll. Make sense?
Oh, interesting. I like that idea.
Okay.
Cool.
Cassius got
And then-
an 8. The nun got a 6.
And then I got a forceful. As in, I need to roll one.
Unless you can think of a different approach to trying to regain control of yourself, yeah, it would be forceful.
Again, not in a way that is fast. So,
Yeah, also do be aware that you can roll negatives, and
Yep.
Yeah, I was a bit worried. I was a bit worried about that, to be fair. Oh, okay. I really, really don't want to roll a forceful, but I can't think of anything else quickly, so I don't. Yeah, I'll just roll a forceful. No, I knew it. That's not too. -1 could be worse. It could be worse.
yeah. Cassius in your body stabs the nun with Muninn's knife.
Oh.
She yells out in pain, and Cassius in your body. This will happen more or less on after Anghel's turn, because this is technically an NPC. Funnily enough, he is not necessarily in it for the murder. He will use sort of the rest of the turn to sprint away. And because this is Cassius acting through Muninn and not respecting the limits of Muninn's body, big ouchie.
Oh no. That's not good.
Okay, but I think again we are to leave that for after Anghel's turn. So anything else on your turn, Muninn?
I tried, but no, nothing else.
Anghel.
Okay.
Should I switch back to the normal music instead of this action-y music, or?
I mean, I don't think it's going to take very long, so
Fair.
maybe not. But, I mean, unless something is going to happen, but Anghel is carving, so...
So you sit down right next to the woman's hut and begin carving?
Next to what? Oh, the woman's hut. I guess.
Sure.
Maybe not sit, but stand.
Cassius catches up to you panting, and the woman says, I told you to get away and take your kid with you.
I think you mean always thirsty. I think you said Cassius.
Yeah, Cassius.
I meant always thirsty, my bad. Yeah. I meant always thirsty. But yeah, the woman does still say that. And always thirsty replies, he's not my kid, he's my prince.
Fine. We won't get any carving done. Okay, we'll just walk away then. 1, 2.
The bystander you
3.
pass by stares awkwardly at this confrontation and makes room for
4.
you.
Thank you. Here.
Middle of the road, but yeah, sure you can. But as you, from your point of like where you are at, you see the estate like with your own eyes, for
We
lack of
see
better.
the estate? Really?
It's over
I
here.
didn't see it.
It's over here.
Oh, maybe I see a little of it. Maybe.
Yeah, you do see a bit of the house from what I think you're seeing.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, you plop down, begin carving wood. Again, it will take you, I believe, 2 more turns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else from you, Show&Tell?
No.
Okay. NPCs other than Akesius and Munin's body, I'm wondering if anyone else moves. Not Basil, because Basil moved on Miroslav's turn, so he'll continue moving on Miroslav's turn. Who else? Of the NPCs, not really. So, okay. Muninn. You just stabbed, well, your body just stabbed a nun and is rushing away in this direction at otherworldly speeds. Rushing in between buildings, shoving people, sorry, I accidentally made you bigger, shoving people aside as you walk past, causing quite a bit of a stir. Shove this person into a tree, and you just continue bolting at, again, unnatural speeds. Your body is in absolute pain because you're moving your limbs again in a way you've never been used to, and pushing people away again in a way that you just don't typically have the strength to do so normally. And in your mind you hear Akesius speak. What do you think of trying to defy me, little tool? What do you think you could ever accomplish?
If Muninn could reply, I beseech you, get like. Oh, they would try to say that internally as they're screaming, because obviously they're in pain. But they scream, I beseech you, as much as they can.
Did I not warn you of what you were getting into when you first agreed to this? Did I not tell you the conditions and you eagerly accepted them? There is no going back, child.
I think Muninn would say, you're a liar. How do I put it? Muninn would scream, you lied, you're a liar.
I do not lie, child.
You withheld the truth. If you spoke the full truth, I would have never accepted this deal.
I warned you. I told you that you do not truly understand, and I repeated my warnings, and still you heeded this call. You are my tool now and forever, and do not forget that. And I will continue using you until your body is reduced to dust if I need to.
I think Muninn would keep cursing him for now, as they, in between screams, they would say like, "You are a vain god. You are a greedy god." Like, just, and like to Akesius, it probably would be unintelligible at that point because it's just.
You're in a lot of pain, I would reiterate.
Yeah. It's like screaming, raging, like painful thoughts, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but as you sort of said, it's sort of mixed with your own just physical sensation of pain at this point.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Anything else from NPCs? I don't believe so. So it is Miroslav's turn at the moment.
Yes. Miroslav will do what Miroslav does best, which is walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, accidentally made him small.
7, 8, 9, 10. I think I'm still going in the correct direction.
I think you should be able to see each other at this point.
Who?
Oh yeah, I can see. I
Yeah.
can see Anghel.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's behind Anghel though.
Yeah, probably Angel's not there necessarily paying attention, but Miroslav, where you are looking, you would see, at a distance, to be fair, Angel in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's an NPC that I forgot to move. Oh, he's firstly going to the market. My bad. He's over here.
Ah.
My bad.
Miroslav would give a quick greeting to Always Thirsty as he sees him coming closer.
Oh, hey, I'm off to buy some drinks. You want any?
I think I'm fine.
Where's the stinky one?
Having a fight with a nun.
Oh. All right.
He told me to leave, and yeah, I don't know what their plan was, so I accepted that proposal.
Well, I got into a fight with someone who owns a tree.
Yeah, sounds
Happens.
also not very pleasant.
Yeah, it wasn't. Anyway, I'm off to the markets.
Yeah, see you later then.
Nods. Oh, the prince is over there. Points at Angel.
We will join him.
Nods, as you should. And not, he doesn't say that, but he feels that, I guess. And will, on his turn, continue on his way.
I love the contrast between you guys seem to be chilling.
Definitely.
Anything else on your turn, Miroslav?
He would ask Basil whether Lady Ophelia will also join us for the dinner, or yeah, I think it was dinner.
He pauses, gives you a look, a look what's best to describe it? Almost as if he's surprised you don't know something. And he says, I thought my father was gonna ask you to get her, but I guess he's not.
I did not really have much possibility to talk to him as
All right. I know father wants her to join us, and yeah, that'll go well with everything that's going on politically. I mean, but cousin Ophelia has always been a slippery one.
yeah. I need to bring her the fruit that she asked me to buy anyway, so I can ask her.
Yeah, if you do
whether
that, maybe
she-
you can bring her. Maybe bring her along.
I will ask her to join us.
All right. Or if you know where she is, we can have someone bring her here to the estate.
I don't think that will be necessary.
I understand your caution. I'd probably do the same if I were you, if I'm being honest. Don't tell father I said that.
I won't. No worries.
Nods awkwardly.
And yeah, that would be my turn.
All right. Then it will be Muninn's turn. Again, you're not in control of your body, so you're not sort of allowed to move, but you may otherwise feel, I guess.
Yeah. Sounds good.
in lieu of acting.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose. Oh, you know the Spear of the Korriban?
Yeah.
Would Acesius feel compelled to pick it back up? Do you think? Because I dropped it, didn't I?
You did. I'm going
okay.
to roll basically a d20. And the higher the number, the higher the chance that the spear was picked up.
Okay.
Actually, why am I rolling a d20? It's just a d2. Because it's a yes or no answer. 1 is yes, 2 is no. All right?
Okay.
Yes, apparently.
Awesome. Because I do like that spear. But other than that, I don't think. I mean, like you said, I can't do anything. So Muninn would be screaming internally.
Again, it's not just the sensation of your limbs almost being ripped apart as they're being forced to unnatural heights. It's also the fact that you almost fear there's a fire inside of you controlling everything about you.
Yeah.
In terms of physical sensations, at least, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds horrible. And I really feel bad for them, but they did. To be fair, it was risky to try and do what they did just now. So, I'm not saying they deserved it, but they also knew the risk. But yeah, other than that, I don't think. I mean, other than that, I will skip my turn, I suppose. Or
Sure.
cool.
Angel's turn then.
Okay. This is the third carving turn. No?
Second.
Yes? No?
Second.
Second. Okay, then we're finally carving. In the middle of the road. I don't care.
Relaxing. To be fair, there's not a lot of traffic.
Great.
Yeah. It's definitely soothing and understandably so. You've been through a lot. The bystanders give you weird looks, but they shrug it off. Plenty of weirdos today, and they don't want to. They don't. Even despite your injuries, you're still physically imposing. So they don't want to necessarily deal with you, if that makes sense.
Good. Don't.
Anything else on your turn?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, for NPCs, would always first they would ask, is that way the markets? Indicating the way that you just came from. We took a different road.
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you. And he makes his way. Pardon. And heads into the markets to purchase some drinks. Any other NPCs that move? Yep. Some of these will move. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing again. Some of these will move right here. Okay. And Muninn, on your, well, not your turn, but on NPC turns, you continue zooming through the city. I need to remember to change the map a little bit, because as you're running at these absurd speeds, you do leave a small burning trail in your wake.
No way. That is crazy.
This isn't necessarily an effect of the fact that you're super fast, but rather of whom you're hosting, let's say.
Yeah. I suppose that makes sense, because, yeah. That's cool, though. I like that effect.
And Muninn zooms into the scene in view of Anghel and Miroslav and shoves the woman who yelled at Anghel into a building as they return to the main street. And that's when you regain control of your body and I imagine collapse on the ground.
Yes. Immediately pass out, I think.
Yeah. Miroslav sees that. I don't know if Anghel sees that, but the bystanders see that.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Do I have any compels that I need to? I don't think I do.
I do not believe you do. No.
Okay,
No.
because I was thinking now's the time to do it, but obviously, yeah. Passed out, dreaming of. Does the Cassius control my dreams?
If he wants to show you something, yes. If not, no.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying actually.
I guess he might subtly prevent if you have dreams of freedom, but otherwise, no. He would not interfere too much.
Jesus.
I mean that in more in a literal sense than a metaphorical sense, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm in the landed nod at the moment. Although, yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, as you burst into a scene, just for like bystander reactions, this woman shouts in panic. These bystanders are like recoil, like what the hell is going on? Some of the people who are near you, Miroslav, like turn their heads, like, oh, what's going on there? Oh, there's an injured woman. Who cares? And this lady who witnessed it probably rushes away in fear. Technically it's Miroslav's turn, but you guys are more or less together, so I'm fine with foregoing the turn orders at the moment. If you guys want.
Yeah, I would try to like catch up with Muninn and Anghel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What Basil whispers to you before you get too close. What the hell did they just do? Indicating Muninn. This was before you got too close.
Yeah. Miroslav would be like,
Maybe pretend we don't know them. I don't know.
I'm not questioning what their god does with their body anymore.
Their god? Basil asks.
Miroslav would like be a bit confused because like Muninn has around him at least always been like very open about, yeah, I'm the Oracle of Cassius. So he kind of thought that, okay, since obviously also
Basil?
Basil's father knew that Basil would probably also know. But Miroslav would just be, well, they are the Oracle of things for a bit like Cassius.
Oh.
So, and sometimes they lose the use of their body to them.
Okay. Okay. Nods anxiously.
I don't know how much of it is in accord to what Muninn wants, but
no,
I do not understand all this.
I don't either, I'll be completely honest.
Supernatural things that keep going on.
I don't either.
So, yeah. Maybe we should still bring them back to the estate.
Please, don't leave me.
Yeah, probably best before they get killed for maybe maiming that woman.
Yeah.
I'll grab one arm, you grab the other.
Yeah.
Continues to be passed out.
We can continue to be fast.
Basil gives you a kick to see if you're awake.
Snores. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. And Basil would begin the process of picking Muninn up.
Yeah. Miroslav would support him.
Anghel, I think. I imagine Izvir. Eventually, Miroslav and Basil would carry Muninn towards the direction of the estate.
Yes.
Okay, then if you don't mind, I'll move your tokens along, because I think basically when you reach Angel's side is also when Anghel will, more or less be finished with his carving and all that.
Yeah.
Great.
The passers-by, when you guys approach, just run away in terror. Not necessarily screaming, but just, we don't want to be anywhere near this.
Fair. Very logical reaction, to be fair.
But yes, at this point you approach Anghel. Let me change the music at this point.
Ooh.
So the question now is, do I go with you guys to the estate, or do I go to Lady Ophelia to get her, or bring her the fruit?
The fruit. I feel like,
since Basil did tell me that Nikephoros would have asked me to go get her.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't yet. To be fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do what feels natural. I feel like giving the honey away is like, the sooner it's done, the better, right?
Yeah. Also, with all the supernatural stuff that has been going on, Miroslav is a bit like, I don't know how much people realize.
Yeah.
Like, they seem to have something to do with gods and magic and stuff, and yeah.
With
So,
Miroslav, you mean, or just in general?
Yeah. My brain keeps switching between he and they. I'm sorry to confuse.
It's all good. It's no worries.
It happens in both directions.
Mhm.
But yeah, Miroslav would be more like would like ask Basil whether he should just go get Lady Ophelia, or if he should like come with them back to the estate first.
Basil would say, best to let father know first, just to know that she'd be expected.
Okay, so he would come with, though, yeah. He would, at the first moment where he sees Nikephoros, would, like, ask.
Okay.
By the way, when does Anghel finish carving?
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did say when. Like just about now, basically.
Okay.
You have carved a beautiful sculpture of a horse, and definitely, at least helped calm you down. I'll remove that from the list of compos that you have to follow.
Yay.
Well done.
How about this Muninn look?
Unconscious.
Well, more than unconscious, their clothes seem burnt, and it almost seems like their legs and arms have burn marks as well.
Ooh, okay.
I would say clothes seem burned, not completely burnt off, but at least partly, especially on the legs and arms portion of them.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Basil would mutter, "They seem really hot to the touch."
Yeah, they do. We should probably cool them down once
That's a
we're
good
at the
shot.
estate.
Yeah. Pour some water on me.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, there's a river nearby.
Chuck me in.
I mean, as a joke, not as a serious suggestion.
I mean, also carrying Muninn is probably annoying enough already. We don't need them to be wet as well.
Mm.
And water is heavy, so...
Yeah.
At this point, everyone reaches Anghel. But yeah.
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 Hallelujah.
I think I mean, I'd love to give input, but I feel like it's fair that I'm passed out right now.
Your choice. You're the one who decided that.
Yeah. I think Muninn would probably... Like, someone could probably wake Muninn up, if you know what I mean, like, by, like, pouring water over them or something. But...
I mean, Basil did kick you, at least, to try and wake you up.
More like to check if they're awake.
Yeah, but...
And not a hard kick, to be clear.
I wouldn't have held it against Basil. It didn't seem very fond of Muninn.
Basil says to Anghel, "Oh, hey, we were actually looking for you, but you were coming here anyway," indicating the estate.
Yeah, Anghel nods.
Care to give us a hand? Indicating Muninn.
Sure.
Grab their legs, I guess.
I think Anghel, maybe before Basil says that, he just grabs all of him.
All right. Basil seems surprised, but not unpleasantly surprised, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, Muninn. Anghel has taken over Muninn carrying duties, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys feel free to walk along. Deli, feel free to drag along your token too.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Let's do that.
Okay, so we're just heading to the...
Which would be over here, above board.
do we need to count steps, or do...
No, not anymore. You're not in combat.
When I tabbed back into Roll20, and my whole screen was black for a second, and I was like, "Oh, how immersive!" But I zoomed out, and then everything was normal again.
Roll20. Oh no, not yet. Show&Tell. No, you guys don't get that close.
I mean, you said you didn't have to count steps. So I just went with it.
Regarding Deli's point, Roll20 is notoriously finicky when you guys all tab. Well, not just you guys, but in general when people all tab. Anyway, as you guys approach the little incline, because the estate is on a bit of a hill, Nikephoros sees you, comes out to greet you, and raises a hand. Muninn, if they were awake, would know the significance of that, but yeah. And now you guys properly approach. I'm gonna click and drag you this time, and says, "You're back, and they're not well."
Wait, who is not well?
Me.
Yeah, what?
Muninn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Who
thought
said that?
Nikephoros was back to being not well. That's
No,
why
he
I
says
was
that.
confused.
He says that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly happened. They told me to run, and then they came burning
Running.
after us. Um,
I'll have people take them to their chambers. Welcome, was says to Anghel. We've not spoken in a while.
Anghel blinks at him.
Yeah, imagine you might not
Anghel,
recognize him.
hazily saw him during the fire, but didn't really pay attention, I think.
Your eyes were filled with blood at the time.
Right, okay. So Anghel just looks at him like, am I supposed to know who you are?
Pauses, smiles, and says, Nikephoros Zarhos, feeling better than last time we met.
Okay. Anghel's looking a little shocked.
I'll have people take you to your room. We've prepared room for you too.
Miroslav would now to Nikephoros ask the same question he asked to Basil earlier, whether Lady Ophelia will be joining us.
Oh, she's certainly invited, and actually I was hoping to ask you, dear Miroslav, was it?
Yes.
If you know where she is, could you please take care to invite her to our little discussion?
As I need to bring her these fruits anyway, yes, I will
Fruits?
notify her of her being invited. Yes, that is what she asked me to bring from the market.
May I get a sneaky from you?
Yes. Please let it be good. Fuck.
Both of you rolled badly, so not. Well, you rolled average. He rolled badly. You just don't have a good sneaky.
Is it the one above me already?
Yeah, he got it free. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to reroll.
Sure. What are you invoking? You did get the most average possible of rolls.
Yeah.
But I'm always down for gambling.
Yes. Maybe deeds above social standing, since even though wait, is he like higher in the hierarchy than Lady Ophelia? Or
Depends how you define it in terms of like political hierarchy in the country. No, arguably Ophelia is higher than him, arguably. In terms of ranking in the family, he's the sort of patriarch of the family.
okay. Yeah, then it might work, because since Ophelia places trust in him, and he does not want to break that trust.
Oh, by him you mean Miroslav?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Makes sense to me.
Okay. Or do I do a +2, but then I have
Time meaning
succeed.
fail or succeed at any of cost. Yeah, your choice.
Yeah.
I hope for a reroll because I always love gambling, but you're.
I love reroll, gambling as well. So let's try. Okay, it's the same either way, but it didn't shoot me in the foot, at least. But yeah, I would like to succeed at a negative cost.
Let me think of the negative cost. Oh, that's too negative. You say, "Oh yeah, these fruits," and you drop them.
Oh no.
I'll have plenty. He says, if dear Ophil, you convince him above board. He says,
Yeah.
I'll have plenty of. We have not determined which fruits these are. I don't know
Just
what
some
August fruits are
sweet
there.
ones.
Look,
Maybe-
August fruits: apples, raspberries, blueberries, pears, cherries, grapes, muskmelons, peaches.
Maybe grapes.
Yeah.
Grapes and peaches. Since I did say it was multiple fruits.
Yeah. Peaches
guess.
works definitely. Grapes would usually be used to make wine in this country.
Okay,
But,
then peaches.
Okay, peaches.
Yeah.
Says we have plenty in the stock for my dear niece. Just deliver the invitation, and if you were to be penalized for mishandling the purchase, I can cover it. Just tell me how much you will need to owe. He says.
Yes. Yeah. That is after, like, if she wants to penalize me, or is that is an above board question right now because my brain is a bit confused.
Yeah. Normally, yes. Of course, you can say something like try to play it off to like demand a down payment, but that's more. But he means mostly afterwards.
Yeah. Okay. No, I will go with that. And yeah, he would appreciate it, and then be on his way to.
Before you go, he says,
Yes.
when you come when you return, do let a servant know before getting too close to the estate, will you?
Sure.
Nods.
Okay. Interesting.
I will make sure to do that.
And you, Izvir, you said that Miroslav goes on his way?
Yes.
Okay. We will check back in on Miroslav in a bit, of course. But well, actually not anything, but let's briefly see what Anghel and Muninn, I guess, will be up to while we wait for everyone to gather.
Yeah.
I mean, we just entered, or are we still outside the mansion?
At the moment, you're still outside. After Miroslav leaves, Nikefros will say, "Oh, come along, please. I'll have some servants carry them to their room," indicating Muninn. Says to you, Anghel.
Oh. Okay. Then Anghel, I guess, lets them.
Yeah. And you guys, well, not you. The two of you are taken to the estate. Muninn, of course, unless Dely objects, unconscious, but they'll be taken to their room. Servants will notice the used water and be confused and replace the water. But otherwise, Anghel, unless, of course, you want to interrupt me at any point, Nikefros will not really say much. Basil would leave your company and sort of go to the stables at this point. And Nikefros would say, if you need anything, I'll be downstairs in the courtyard.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will be, again, feel free to interrupt me, taken to a room at the second floor of the estate. It's a nice room, sort of reminds you of where you stayed if you remember when you visited Miron's estate. Sort of like similar conditions. And inside, if you want, of course, there are changes of clothes and a bed, and you have the opportunity to rest.
Sure. Do I still have, consequences or something?
I don't believe you did, because the nun healed you, but yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah, let me take everyone back to our main map.
Awesome.
Yeah, welcome back, everyone. There's a lot more light going on in this one. This overlay.
For a 6th level consequence, we need to wait for a milestone.
You are correct.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Show&Tell and Deli, you guys let
Yes.
me know if there's anything you want to do while Miroslav goes to presumably visit Lady Ophelia and such.
Other than wake up, what's Anghel doing?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything.
I mean,
I
you
mean,
still
I do
have the
know-
letters.
Yeah, I was thinking about the letters for Muninn, possibly,
That's
if
true.
they feel up to it.
Hmm?
But
Yeah,
might be
maybe
handy.
I wake up. Yeah, can I wake up and see what happens first?
You
Because, gone.
Yeah, you Show&Tell, I'm assuming Anghel would be staying in his own room, not in Munin's room, at the very least because of the smell.
yeah, sure.
But feel free to contradict me, of course. But yeah, then Muninn, you would wake up back in your room at Zamfir's estate. You are currently alone. The door is closed.
Muninn would.
You feel Akesis's presence and control, but obviously you are in control of your body.
Okay, I think Munin's first instinct was to grab one of their daggers and try to slit their own throat.
Well,
What?
as dramatic
What?
and shocking as that is, you don't have them at the moment because they're in the nun at the moment.
Oh, damn it. Okay. I was I guess Muninn goes to grab one of their daggers, it's not there. Fuck.
You
And
remember
then
where you
they-
left it, though.
Yeah. And instead they just like, is there a mirror where
No.
there was a mirror where, sorry.
I don't believe there was a mirror, but
No.
Okay.
mirrors are expensive and difficult to make. Like even where you're from.
Okay. I was thinking Muninn would like do that as like a fuck you. But obviously they can't because they've not got anything to do it with. But or even if they can't, like they would do it as a last ditch attempt sort of thing. But anyway, without any sharp objects to hand, they would probably default to like, so the one of the oh, I tell you what, the letter that we had that wasn't in the sorry, there was a letter in the cylinder, right?
Yep.
Can I read the letter?
Yeah. So, again, you got 3 letters. Two of them were on the soldiers' persons, and one of them was on. What's the word? The Blood Woman, as Show&Tell nicknamed her, but I'm missing her actual name. Piroshka. On Piroshka's person. That one was in the cylinder. You want to read the one in the cylinder?
No, I'd like to read the one that I haven't read that wasn't. So, because I read one of them that wasn't in the cylinder, I want to read the other one. And then I'm going to read the one in the cylinder after, for clarity.
Okay. Here is the letter that was not in the cylinder, the other one. I mentioned before that this one seems to have messier handwriting, just like as a first glance. Okay?
Okay. Awesome.
Also, there are a couple notes at the bottom after the signature. Those are notes, not actually part of the letter. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I just realized. Never mind. Ignore what I typed in Deli, because Discord fucked up the formatting. So, give me a second.
Okay.
Basically, I made notes like, oh, this word means this thing, but I marked the notes with asterisks, but I forgot that Discord changes asterisks into like bold and italics,
Right.
and yeah.
That's so annoying sometimes.
So instead, Deli, I'm gonna change the asterisks to numbers. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So instead of 3 asterisks, for instance, it'll be the number 3, but that's not part of the text. That's a note for below. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. While you peruse that, anything else from the Muninn or Anghel before we check in on Miroslav?
I don't think
Just
so. I don't know.
Just the cylinder, but we can either do that now or after.
Well, I guess I'd like to hear your thoughts on this letter first before we go to a cylinder letter, I guess. Okay.
Okay.
Miroslav, as you cross the bridge heading towards this place where you last remember Lady Ophelia being hosted, you see that the soldiers have been busy as you pass by a few more impaled individuals that passers-by are gawking at, all of them wearing the same Ziemi garb, so they're all prisoners of war as far as you can tell. Do you continue on your way?
I continue on my way to the inn where Lady Ophelia is supposed to be, I guess, or where I'm expecting her to be.
Yeah. And let me check and see. Okay. Yeah. As you continue on your way, nobody will interrupt you or stop you, but you do hear continued, well, the other way around. When you first came to this village, if you guys remember, there was a lot of like agitation in the markets because apparently there was a talking pig or something there. I know this was like half a year ago, but
I remember, and Muninn wanted to go to the market to see the pig.
That clamor has died down, presumably at the very least because of what the soldiers have been doing with like impaling people. But the village is quiet, not like suspiciously quiet, but just quiet because, you know, a very public and very brutal execution, and multiple of them have taken place, if that makes sense.
Fair.
You continue on to the inn. May I get a careful from you?
Yes. It is a 4.
And someone else got a 6 on their sneaky. Okay.
Damn it.
As you approach... Oh, screen flash for a moment. As you approach, you feel something metallic to the back of your head. And the voice of Rebob say, slowly now.
He would slow down.
He puts the gun that he was holding to your head down and says, the other 2 are not with you?
They are at Nikephoros Zarhus's.
What?
No, at Zamfir's. Miroslav is a bit like, wait, yeah, we were invited there by Nikephoros, but it is Zamfir's. So.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering if that was an Izvir slip of the tongue or a Miroslav slip of the tongue.
That was Miroslav being a bit confused.
All right. Well, you're looking for Lady Ophelia?
Yes.
All right, come with me.
And he would follow him.
She is where you last left her, at the inn. She seems a bit more frazzled than how you left her. She seems to be like pacing back and forth. When you approach, she says, those 2 are not with you.
They are at the Zamfir estate, and I should also invite you for dinner there.
Zamfir?
On Nikephoros Zarhus, your uncle's invitation.
And that's where Anghel and Muninn are.
Yes.
Are they there willingly?
Yes.
Pauses and thinks.
Hmm?
Did you get? Sorry, what did you say?
I did a questioning sound because I didn't understand what you said.
She pauses and thinks for a moment, is what I
Oh,
said.
okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then she after a bit she says, "Did you buy what I asked you to?"
I did.
Good.
And would like look to her whether he should give it to her now or.
She extends a hand, expecting it.
Yeah. Okay. So he would give her the honey.
Mm.
And would say, your uncle thinks I went to the market to get some fruit for you.
Good. I appreciate the need for secrecy, although this is just honey at the end of the day.
I do not trust him.
You
He
shouldn't.
was.
You shouldn't.
Yeah. He was looking a lot better than the last time we saw him.
Did my uncle say anything about the carriage, as in whether it can stay at Zamfir's estate or not?
He only said to invite you for the dinner.
Good. So he doesn't know. Perfect.
He did not know where to find you, so yes, that is why
Good.
he sent me.
Good. Well, it would be rude to refuse an invitation from my esteemed uncle. I'll go, and you will accompany me, dear Miroslav. And
Very well.
Ribab will stay with the carriage. Pauses and thinks. And so will Hakim. Do you feel confident in your ability to guard me on our short little journey? Above board, it's not that long of a journey, like 5 to 10 minutes.
I think I should be fine.
Good. Then, well, we best not keep my esteemed uncle waiting. If anyone asks, there are no other passengers.
Yes.
Just me and the bodyguards, and you, of course. And, of course, Anghel and Muninn. And the pale lady that just left us.
Mm-hmm.
Above board referring to
Oh.
Illona's character.
Yeah. I was for a second like, wait.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, it hasn't been long since Illona has gone in game time.
Yeah, same day. Same day.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
All right. I assume any question that I would have would be answered upon seeing my uncle, I imagine. Did he give you any other instructions?
No, just to invite you.
Above board, he did give you other instructions.
Wait. Did he? Yeah, to bring her there, I guess.
No, there was something else. And I'm perfectly fine with you misremembering, because that will make me things very interesting.
I'm trying to remember. Fuck.
Feel free to give me a careful.
Yeah, please. Before.
He did mention that when you get close to the estate, you should,
Oh, yeah.
before approaching,
right.
signal someone that you're there.
Right. Yes. Yeah. He would tell Lady Ophelia that, like, when we get close to the estate, I should signal one of the servants there, and not just get closer on my own.
Interesting. He's been busy, then I suppose.
I guess.
Right. Well, oh, right. How could I forget? She gives you another small bag of money and says, call it hazard pay. It's also like money to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. He will nod and take it and put it in like one of his pouches.
Unless you have any other business with the carriage, we ought to get going then.
Yes.
We're not taking the carriage with us.
No, you already said so.
Good. If anyone asks, actually, never mind. Above board, just to clarify, she was gonna say, "Oh, don't tell that Rebob came back," but she previously told you, "Oh yeah, Rebob's like you can say that Rebob's here," so she does not want to contradict herself. That's my fuck up. Okay. Do you? Well, I guess first question: is there anything from you like regarding the carriage or anything like that that you do before you head out with Lady Ophelia?
I would like quickly check on the horses, but other than that,
They're well. They have been fed.
yeah.
The innkeeper is nowhere to be seen, probably off, making sure her cousin's smuggling operation has not been looted and all that. Yeah. And Lady Ophelia takes a few moments to like hide any visible jewelry and like put her cloak on. She still looks important, but not muggable, I guess, necessarily.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
especially
fair.
not with you along, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Shall we get going?
Yeah.
That's a bit informal.
Yes, Lady Ophelia.
Good. She
The yeah was more above board. It's just my like yes.
noted.
But yeah.
Noted. But yeah, she nods to Rebob and Hakim and of Lady Ophelia, and you would be on your way.
Yes.
There would be no obstacles on the road. Like nobody would interrupt you or anything. You just see Ophelia cringe whenever you pass by impaled people, and she mutters something to herself. Feel free if you want to give me careful to listen into that. If you want to, of course.
Actually, yeah. 2.
Seems grumpy.
Understandable.
All right, you're missing a fate point. Okay.
Yes.
And yeah, there would not be much else from you, from your group rather. Shall we for a moment at least check in on Anghel and Muninn?
Yes.
Well, Angel's Show&Tell's BRB, but I guess
yeah.
I'm Muninn because Muninn did want to get reading. Deli, are you with us?
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Sorry.
Thoughts on the letter you just read?
Yeah. I feel like it's, correct me if I'm wrong, I read too much into the last one. So I feel like this one's another it doesn't seem like very important. It just seems like another tearjerker. Apart from maybe okay, if I can read it out, there's
I wish Show&Tell were here, but yeah.
Yeah. Are these lore characters then that Show&Tell would know?
The Baylor Bay and the Grand Vizier, yeah, she would know because they showed up in Angel's vision of Willow.
Oh, of course. So yeah, there's Baylor. Yeah, someone's planning to meet Baylor Bay and the Grand Vizier at White Rock. Murad Little Chick, whoever that is.
Feel free to give me a clever, and I can tell you what Little Chick is.
Yes.
Yeah, you get the answer. So the person signed themselves Murad. Then what's the word? Crossed out Murad, and then wrote instead little chick. And you ponder to yourself, what does little chick mean? And then you realize chick is kitsch backwards. So he signed himself little ass.
What the fuck? Little ass.
Ass as in behind, not donkey.
Yeah. Is that flirty, or is that self-deprecating, I wonder?
I mean, given the other contents of the letter, you can assume it's flirty.
Yeah, little ass. This is okay, fair enough. I feel like I'm gonna have to give this one to Show&Tell or Anghel because when the time comes, because of the whole like the Bay. Would Muninn know about? Anghel didn't say about the vision though, did he?
No, that was Dely participating, not Muninn. Yeah.
Yeah, and Anghel hasn't mentioned it, so unless Cassius tells Muninn, which is not likely, they're not on good terms right now.
I mean, you're still his oracle. He just had to put you in your place. Would he tell you? Maybe. Yeah, I think he'd tell you. Oh yes, the Grand Vizier is the captor of Anghel's sister.
Oh.
Well, not the captor, the purchaser of Anghel's sister. Welcome back,
Yeah.
Show&Tell. You're just in time.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Hello. I have a letter detailing that a guy called Baylor Bay and the Grand Vizier are going to be...
Baylor Bay is a title, not a name.
Oh, my bad. But Baylor Bay and the Grand Vizier are going to be at White Rock. It doesn't say when, though, but it might happen soon. And obviously that's relevant to Anghel because the Grand Vizier has purchased Willa, right?
Okay, but it doesn't say when.
It doesn't say when, so it might have already happened, but it might not have, so maybe it could be a clue.
Is it where is it?
White Rock?
What, the letter? Oh, White Rock.
White Rock or the letter? Which one?
The White Rock.
Give me careful from... Anghel can give me a careful. Muninn does not need to roll because Cassius will reveal the answer. Well, actually, Anghel does need to roll because Anghel doesn't know about this. Never mind. But if Anghel were to think about White Rock, he would know based on that careful.
Okay.
My bad. I stumbled over my words. Muninn, White Rock is a port town at... remember how you guys went north? If you had gone south instead, the end of the southern road would be White Rock.
I see. So we're in the wrong direction, essentially.
Well,
but then
not necessarily wrong, because you already knew you were going in the quote-unquote wrong direction, but you're going in the quote-unquote wrong direction to approach the prince for help.
Yeah.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
because
been the plan since
in the
session
wrong
1.
direction to approach the prince? As in, we're on the right direction to approach the prince?
Yeah.
Yes.
But the wrong direction to... Okay.
That's been
at the time
the status in session 1. Well, session 2 or 3-ish. Yeah.
I think the reason why we went to go to the prince for help at first, correct me if I'm wrong, the reason why we did that is because we didn't know where Willa was.
And also because it was a slightly better chance of finding her.
Not necessarily finding her, but of securing her release.
Getting her.
Yeah, that's...
Because it's one thing to like march up to the Grand fucking Vizier and demanding the release of a slave person, and another thing to have, at the very least, a prince having your back, and also because it's technically illegal for the Grand Vizier to have her. Technically, Willa, Anghel's sister, is a subject of the prince. The prince can be like, "Hey, give me back my subject," and he'd be legally right. Doesn't necessarily mean that it will necessarily work, but it's much more. You'd have greater chances than just going in on your own.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
So does that what? So I mean, so it doesn't give us much.
It doesn't give us too much, to be honest. But we were discussing, or rather, I was saying like, oh, I could probably give this to Anghel when I see you next. The letter, I mean, could I
read it out loud if you want. Sure.
I could do, but I was also wondering about the cylinder, the letter.
Oh, you can. Yeah, I can send you that if you want.
Okay. Because I feel like I would read that first, then find Anghel. So while I go on, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say while I read that, you could go back to Anghel or Miroslav if you like.
I'll post it. I'll just mention that the cylinder is small. Again, it can fit in the palm of your hand, and per the contents of the letter, you can sort of assume that this is supposed to be like a secret message, and also it's like written in. The lettering is smaller and all that. Still legible, but yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
And Akesis would sort of mutter offhandedly. You remember that slave that cried out when Piroshka was killed and that you killed?
I vaguely remember.
Yes, Piroshka was intending to have the slave swallow this cylinder as a precaution.
Oh. Wow.
Christ.
And she was intending on sending the slave to the destination of this letter, and well, having the letter be carved out as a delivery method.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Perhaps for the better that she's no longer with us, but well, here are the contents of the letter. Did you receive them?
Yes. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading.
Okay. Shall we check in on Anghel or Miroslav?
Yes, sorry if you're asking me.
Anghel would make sense, and
I mean, I don't know if there's anything for Anghel to do, but sure.
Your choice.
I mean, there's also not much for Miroslav at the moment, since we're just walking to the estate.
Okay. Is always thirsty?
He is not back yet.
Okay.
You will not be disturbed in your room, so it's entirely up to you if you do anything or talk to anyone, etc.
I don't know. I guess maybe Anghel can go out of the room because he's bored. And just see if there's anything interesting going on. I guess.
The first thing that strikes you is, even through the closed door, you get a whiff of Munin's scent. Now extra crispy. But you also get another scent as food is being prepared downstairs.
Ooh, okay. Oh wait, Anghel is distrustful of food.
True.
Yes.
So I guess his stomach kind of growls, but he's like, at the same time, he feels kind of nauseous.
It's also perhaps particularly torturous for Anghel because this is fancy food. He rarely gets to eat fancy food.
Yeah, he did get it like at Miron's place. How long ago was it? A week ago?
Yeah, pretty much like a week ago, yeah.
Oh, well.
But it's still a very rare treat.
Sure. So I think, when it comes down to it, maybe he will try to eat, but he just won't be able to. Something, I don't know. But for now...
much
Well-
of the the servants are busy downstairs. There's pretty much no one upstairs except you and Muninn.
Well, honestly, I don't know what to do. If Anghel is really hungry, maybe he will
Oh,
try to find his.
there's one thing I forgot. I'm so sorry. Can I get a careful from you to see if you notice something?
Sure.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. You do hear like something heavy moving on the roof.
Something heavy moving on. Okay. Is there a way to get to the roof?
Give me another careful. You look around. You can try to climb out the window and try to grab onto the roof, but it'll be very difficult. You can try to find a ladder, perhaps.
Is there like a space, like a door or something to the roof? Like how?
Give me, you don't need to roll because you've already rolled for that. No, you do not see any way to access the roof.
So where would a ladder? Oh, like you
getting
said through a window?
No, the ladder and the window are separate things. You can either try to climb out the window and grab onto the roof, but it'll be very difficult and you can injure yourself. Or you can go looking for a ladder, like pick up a ladder from somewhere, and hopefully it's big enough to reach all the way to the roof from outside.
From outside, I see. But that will be a lot less sneaky. Well, I don't know. Okay, so maybe Anghel. I don't know what you can do. I mean, I don't think he will try to climb up the window right now.
Fair enough.
Damn it, though. Can he try to just, like, glance out the window to see if he can see something? Like, kind of...
Yeah.
Not just glance. Like, push himself...
Mm-hmm.
Like his torso out the window?
Yeah. Can I get a careful from you?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. You aren't quite able to get a good look. You do spot at some point a fairly big shadow, but it moves a bit too quickly for you to catch a good glimpse. And you think you hear like a quiet growling. Not a continuous one, just a something like that. I don't know if Discord picked up me growling.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
I
did.
heard it. Wait. Okay, that's really weird. Okay, can he try to
And
pull...
Go ahead.
Sorry, can he try to pull himself a little bit further? Like maybe even sit on the...
Another careful, please. Yeah, you are able to. Gingerly, of course. And yeah, that you spot... Oh, actually, yeah, it would not have that physical attribute, so never mind. I'm correcting myself on that imaginary point in my head. You don't necessarily see anything, but you do hear like utter a hum, something like that, and you hear almost the sound of like, you've not heard this very often, but like someone pulling back a bow, like drawing an arrow to shoot at something.
Okay. But he can't see anything.
Correct. But you can sort of, with those rolls, you can sort of glimpse that the thing on the roof is the thing that's growling, and it's also the thing that's drawing an arrow to shoot at something.
Okay. I wonder if going out of the mansion and just kind of like if we could go far enough away that we could see. So, like, is it that you can't see because like the wall or whatever?
Yeah, the
is
roof.
blocking his view?
The roof is kind of in your way. Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you noticed the whole thing about having to be careful getting in or something. So, like, I wonder how far he can go.
You were there when Nicephorus told Miroslav. No, actually, no. You never mind. Forget what I said. Don't think we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, I think we are, but I'm not sure Anghel was there. Was Anghel there?
When Nicephorus told Miroslav to wait to like get
Let someone know.
Yeah, to let someone know, you were there. Yes.
Oh, but what will Anghel make of that? I don't know.
Give me a clever.
This is doomed. Oh my god.
Oh no.
What could it mean?
This is a surprise that will bite us in the ass later.
Oh, damn it. I want to know what's on the roof. Okay, is there a tree around the mansion?
I'll pull the map of the mansion because I don't remember off the top of my head, I'll be honest. Give me a second. Come on, load up, roll 20, please. Oh, god damn it.
Sorry.
I'm not grumbling at you, I'm grumbling at roll 20, let's be clear.
No, I get it, but like I made you have to do that, I guess.
No worries. And let me put Angel's thing on screen. Angel, you're sort of hanging off basically a window on the back of this illustration. So there is a tree, but you have to jump to reach it.
No, yeah, I'm thinking that he will, go out and climb the tree.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do you proceed to do that? Like, remove yourself from the window and go down?
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, I need to roll some dice. Okay, and I think that's kind of an answer in of itself. Okay.
To what? Okay.
You hear the thing that was drawing the bow release its arrow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Can he see the arrow?
Again, you're looking in this direction. The arrow was likely released in this direction.
Okay, so he didn't see anything. All right, then I guess Anghel, tries to climb down, I guess.
Yeah, you are able to. No one will stop you.
Awesome.
When you reach the bottom floor, you do notice preparations in the dining room. I'm assuming you ignore them. You get.
Oh, did we check the blood under the tree at any point?
Nope,
Sorry.
you never even saw it, technically speaking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you approach from this side, and that's behind the building. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, is Anghel, does he have to get out from here? Or is there, a back door?
There are multiple entrances. That's what I was going to ask next, if you would be looking for an entrance towards the back or towards the front.
The back.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. Then you are able to exit. Would you spot him? Yeah, I guess you would spot. Let me put this on the map layer, actually. And I need to move stuff around because of that. You would spot Nicephorus and Basil at the stables talking about something. Oh, roll 20 just messed up something. Okay, it's constantly flickering on my end. I'm not sure why, rather.
Oh, for me, it's not doing anything. I'm trying to understand, how does Anghel see that?
See,
I mean, they're closer to, the back?
Yeah.
The stables?
Yeah.
Okay. So he hears them talking?
Just casually.
Okay, it's not close enough to hear words.
Not unless you approach.
Okay. So Anghel will try to climb the tree first, I guess.
Yeah, roll 20. You don't need to keep bugging on me. Yeah, give me a careful, please.
Mhm.
You are able to climb the tree as you hear once again growling, and the creature, you presume it's a creature anyway, draw its bow. And as you continue climbing up, you are able... God, I don't even remember the name that I saved this token as. Give me a second, please, because it's been a while. You guys underestimate how long we've been in that one room. Yeah, it's this one. You see this now. On surface level, it may just look like a shirtless man, but it has the lower body of a goat.
Oh, okay.
It's above
That's
board a satyr, yes.
A satyr, okay. Have we met them before, or was it something else that we met?
I think we have met them. I can't remember
With
but
with a big dick thing.
yeah,
What was
yeah.
that?
So we definitely have met them before.
Trying to remember. Oh yeah, in the slave village, there was
when
one hanging out
I don't
there.
know. When
It
fairy
was
tales came to life.
yeah, it was a minor character back then, but yeah. You do so. Yeah, you spot the satyr taking aim at something you presume approaching from the entrance.
So I guess it's defending the mansion,
You would guess correctly.
and then like you need to warn, like when people you don't want to kill, like they need to warn before they're coming. Okay.
And now, yeah, you know one of the things that Akesius told Muninn. Yeah.
Yay.
Yippee!
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Anghel like sees a satyr, but doesn't do anything about it. I was just like, okay, let's pretend I didn't see that.
You're currently up in a tree watching the satyr take aim at something.
Does he see what he aims at?
No, because it would be like around here, downhill, beyond the building, hard to see.
Yeah, okay. I wonder, like, there are so many enemies that we need to, like, I don't know how often he shoots, but it sounds like pretty often.
You don't remember seeing any corpses when, like, you came in? You don't remember seeing any?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like unless his Prince Charming does something, I don't
Be
think
careful.
we'll do anything about this.
You get a sinking feeling like something's very wrong and you should not allow him to shoot.
God damn it.
Well, or rather to shoot again.
Yeah, to stop him, basically. Okay, I guess, how far away is the tree from the roof?
Fairly far enough that you can't, like, easily grab onto the roof, but you can jump onto the roof if you're careful enough. Hint, hint.
Careful enough? Okay.
As in, that's the role you need to, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I don't know, because my careful's have been good so far, and I'm scared that now it will be bad and he will break his neck or something. Okay. Okay, let's try. Okay.
You don't make the jump completely, but so you jump, but you don't grab on. Instead, let me rephrase that. You don't land on the roof, But as you fall, you manage to grab on so that you don't fall so many stories,
Okay.
and you will be able to pull yourself up. That said, you do grab this thing's attention.
Oh shit. Okay. Then I guess Anghel scrambles up really fast, if possible.
You guessed what want?
You guessed what one?
Brought drink? Why bother?
Huh? What did you say?
Brought drink? Why bother? He is not exactly speaking grammatically correct. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
I get that. I get that. I'm trying to think.
Chasing away intruder. Leave alone.
I mean, and Anghel definitely has a feeling that the intruders shouldn't die.
Yep.
Damn it. Okay. Then, he just like, does Anghel see the bow? Is he
Yeah,
holding it?
it's in his hands. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess Anghel tries to lunge over the bow.
He would have allowed you to scramble up. So now that you're up, you make a lunge. And yeah, I guess we will be in combat as I go to turn on the background music.
Oh, good.
How fun.
Quite. Yeah, I guess this would work. May I get... You go first. Because you started it. Sounds like a forceful attack. And let me check the word.
And he's defending. Oh, wait.
You're attacking
that an
to
attack?
yeah, you're attacking to defend. Your stunt applies, yes.
Awesome. Okay. Let's see.
A 5 to a 6. You catch him by surprise, but nevertheless, he takes a few steps back. You're not used to fighting on a roof, definitely. But yeah, it says, have duty. If you interfere, kill you too.
Oh, well.
If you want, you can, since you're now on top of the roof, you can roll me a careful to see what he was shooting at, if you want.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, yeah. You glance in that direction and you see it was this fellow.
Oh,
And
what the hell?
because of the previous roll of a 10 to 1, he already has an arrow lodged in his shoulder and is on the ground,
Shit.
having dropped several jugs of wine.
Oh, so
Oh,
I
no.
wonder if like Prince Charming, the feeling is just because it's always thirsty, or like if we need just always thirsty now to be heard, or we need to stop the satyr completely. Can I tell?
Give me a careful. It's definitely a bit of both, but you're not sure which is more important.
I mean, because intruders doesn't sound good, but then again, who knows?
To be fair, to clarify a little bit, it's bad that he was shooting at always thirsty my companion, but it's also
Yeah.
bad the fact that intruders, sure, trespassing is bad, but does that warrant the proverbial death penalty? It's
Yeah, but why are they
it's,
trespassing? What if they're here to murder us?
point is, it's unjust to kill someone rather just for trespassing. Just for trespassing, I mean. And as far as you're aware, the only crime so far is trespassing.
Yeah, but why would there be so many trespassers? Or some, or like, I'm trying to understand.
I would emphasize that you have not seen any other dead bodies when you came to the estate before. So
Yeah, so maybe it's like I'm trying to like make sense of it. Maybe he's just trying, like maybe there's Nikephorus is afraid of something in particular. And we shouldn't let that trespass whatever it is, whoever it is. I don't know.
I will say you obviously do not have all the information on hand.
Right. I'm just like I feel it's a little crazy to just kill this person, or I hope not to kill him, but like at the very least, like stop him when we don't really know anything.
Well, either way, sort of zooming in on the narrative, yeah, as you look to see what the satyr was shooting just as you lunged at him, he takes a step back, so you are able to look. You do see that he was shooting at Always Thirsty, who obviously did not know to give the proper signals when he came here. Right. Yeah, and he, with a 10 to a 1, that was the previous roll, did hit Always Thirsty hard enough to make him fall to the ground and take an arrow in the shoulder. He almost, from a distance at least, looks almost impaled to the ground.
Oh, damn. Like, I'm wondering, I mean, if it started combat, does that mean that I have to continue? Or can I just...
Combat can be ended by concessions.
Right. Okay.
Yes, Always Thirsty now has a level 3 stress and 6 consequence.
Damn.
It's his turn. Shall we continue with that? The satyrs, I mean.
Sure, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he rushes and tries to kick you off the roof. How do you defend yourself? Oh, also, I'm sorry, I forgot that you have the +1 bonus from before. So you actually tied before, so you gain an advantage before.
A +1 from the
prayer thing. Yeah. Let me know if you have a name for your advantage, but yeah.
An advantage. I have like one word in my head, shield, but I don't know what to do with it.
Shielding presence. We can call it that if you want.
Awesome.
Okay. And also, again, how do you defend yourself from him rushing at you to kick you off the roof?
Right. I guess I kind of like brace. I mean, Anghel braces for him. You know.
Give me a forceful.
Oh God, I'll never get an 8 though.
Never know.
Okay.
Not with that attitude, you won't. But above board, yes, it was mathematically possible. With you have a forceful 6, so you can go up to 10.
Bang. This is pretty bad. I'll try to reroll using the advantage.
Sure, if you want to.
Let's go for it. I don't know. I have a better attitude now. Woo! It worked.
Holy moly.
He rushes to kick you, but you stand firm. So he stumbles back in shock at just how strong you are. Muninn, you hear all this commotion upstairs because you're on the top floor as well.
Oh. Okay, I guess that makes sense to run out, if that's okay.
Acacius would inform you of what's happening, but Acacius would ask that you try to de-escalate, not kill the satyr.
Sure. I'm going to run to this beam then, if I can.
Yeah, honestly, I want this to be de-escalated. I just don't know what...
It's hard when you can't talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. satyr would go after Miroslav in the initiative order, technically. As we got the satyr's turn. Muninn, on your unless you're trying to like climb through the window, you're not technically on the scene yet. So can we move on to Anghel's turn?
Of course.
Okay, just for now, you're on your way, definitely.
Yeah.
Anghel, it is your turn.
Okay. The Anghel tries to maybe tackle the satyr's legs or something.
Yeah. Give me your forceful, please.
Defending, right?
You're attacking. Oh, with your stunt, yes, it would apply.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a 9 to a 7, so you do deal 2 damage.
No, but +1 too.
10 to a
Yes.
7. Good point. Good point. Thank you for reminding me. If you, to everyone, not just to Show&Tell, feel free to remind me if I forget this stuff.
Is a +1 only for attacking?
The prayer thing?
Mm-hmm.
The prayer thing applies whenever you're dealing with magical creatures, whether it be attacking or defending.
Okay. And I mean, how much of a gap do you need for you to get an advantage, right? That's a thing that happens. Like if you're being attacked and then you get like, and then by defending you get
3 points.
3 points. Okay.
But yeah, the satyr does take his level 3 stress as you tackle him to the roof, and given the fact that it's a sharp roof, he grunts in pain and says, "What do you want with me? Just doing my job."
We're saying we're gonna feel for him. Came out of nowhere. Oh my god.
Anything else on your turn?
No.
Always Thirsty is sort of whether you like it or not involved, so what does he do on his turn?
I don't know. What can he do? Can he do an advantage of some kind to help Anghel?
Pertaining to?
I don't know. Maybe he cries or something, and then Anghel hears that, and it bolsters him to help.
Sure, sounds flashy. I'll roll his flashy. His flashy is good because he can drink entire rivers, but not good enough.
But...
He just sobs
Oh.
impotently.
Drinking rivers is a flashy? Okay, cool.
Because it's spectacular.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's always Thirsty's turn. Horse is not here. Miroslav, as you approach the estate with Lady Ophelia, you spot the impaled to the ground, always Thirsty. Lady Ophelia says, "Well then."
Miroslav would look around for somebody to announce their presence to.
Give me a careful.
A 4.
Yeah, you do spot some generic servants that I'll put on screen in a second. That seem to be just performing their duties. You also see, this is also a generic servant, just sort of manning their post here. They see the impaled always Thirsty, and they shrug to themselves like, he didn't signal his presence. Not my fault.
Yeah, and Miroslav would go to him and kind of announce his presence, and also that always Thirsty belongs with the group. With Anghel.
The servant raises his hand.
Specifically.
Yeah. The servant raises his hand to let the satyr, now that you know that it's okay to pass. And regarding always first says, well, he didn't know the signal, so as far as I know, he's not welcome, not unless, well, the bosses say he is.
He went back to the market before returning here, or coming here, so he didn't know the signal, as we only found it out when I
Take
left
it up
to
with
get
the boss.
lady.
Take it up with the boss. You two may pass though.
Okay.
And with that careful, you do see a struggle on the roof as you see Anghel like struggling with. You see a hoof. You see a half-naked man, but also hooves.
And always first he is kind of like
Crying
pinned
on
to
the
the
ground.
ground.
Well, yeah, that was a very strong arrow. He's pinned to the ground, crying. Ophelia sidesteps him. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Miroslav would tell him that he will go get help.
Nods frantically.
And then walk towards the entrance.
Yeah.
Since his priority is getting Lady Ophelia there, and for him, like always first he is like more of Angel's.
Yeah, a friend's friend. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I don't know how far I can.
You can keep going. You can keep going.
Okay.
That's not the entrance. Those are the stables.
Wait. Oh, okay.
The entrance will be here-ish.
Ah, okay. Oops. Yeah, because the 2 tokens are over there. That's
But yes, you would spot Nikephoros and Basil, and I think they would spot you, and Lady Ophelia waves at them casually, like, "Oh yeah, I'm just here," and Nikephoros smiles and gives a bow, and you get the inkling they'll have a long talk later.
yeah. So
She's still following you.
yeah. So we continue to the entrance.
And as you approach the entrance, you come across Muninn running out the building.
What is happening on the roof?
Muninn says, Angel's encountered a satyr.
Okay.
Oh, what? says Lady Ophelia.
Muninn says, a satyr. They are children of...
Okay, says message you something.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Muninn's eyes would glow for a little bit, but they won't say why. And then they would say, like...
Yeah, don't say that out loud. Well, not to show and tell in Izvir, I mean.
Yeah. Muninn would say, a satyr, like, they are children of ingenuity. There's one on the roof, and Angel's in the middle of an encounter with one.
Certainly, I imagine I'm supposed to know what that is.
I imagine so too, Muninn would say, sort of.
Was the satyr up there the whole time? Since before we left, I did hear something on the roof.
Am I allowed, if Muninn is, okay. Muninn would say yes. He's been serving as guard for the estate. Is that the right way of?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He's been keeping watch over the estate. That's why they've been cautious of visitors and everything. I don't think we should hesitate. I feel like we should get. Sorry, that's not Muninn laughing. I feel like we should get Anghel out of this mess.
Then I will leave you to it. I will accompany the lady inside, and then
I'll be fine. I'll be fine on my own, dear Miroslav.
Okay.
Thank you, and thank you for the concern, though.
Then I will go ask
She walks inside.
uh,
Oh.
Mr. Zamfir to maybe let Always Thirsty through as well, and tell the Guardian to not kill him.
It's a fair. That's fair.
Above board question, Izvir, did Miroslav mean Zamfir or Nikephoros?
Nikephoros.
Okay, because
Since
you said Zamfir, but you're heading towards Nikephoros. That's what I
yeah.
was wondering.
Yeah, Zalhus was the last name of Nikephoros.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think that's it for movement on your turn.
yeah.
Anything in terms of actions?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because he's not really part of the fighting, and yeah, he just passed by for this turn basically.
Satyr on its turn, and we will not go for much longer above board, but on its turn, as Anghel tackles it, it attempts to throw Anghel off the roof. How does Anghel defend himself?
10, Jesus. Throw him off the roof. How did Anghel attack him before?
Tackled him. You're on top of him.
Oh, I see.
Wait, wasn't
So
the last
Anghel-
that he tackled his legs?
I could be misremembering. Either way, he attempts to grab Anghel and throw him off.
So Anghel, holds on, kind of,
Sounds forceful to
and
me.
kind of tries to,
Go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to pull his weight so that it wouldn't be harder to throw.
Still forceful, yeah.
Okay.
That's a 6, so you receive 4 points of damage. How do you take 4 points of damage?
I mean, maybe I can. Try to re-roll again. Should I try it?
Always down for gambling. You got a slightly below average roll. Because your average is a 6.
I mean, I really doubt that another miracle is going to happen like it did last time, but maybe. I'm trying to think what aspect.
You can also invoke the advantage, but you have to spend fate points.
Oh, okay, great. Let's do that.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's see the reroll.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh my god.
That sort of speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Okay, let's try another reroll then. Oh no, I can't do it with advantage anymore.
Yeah, you have to invoke an aspect, yeah.
Okay, wait. Sorry, I need to open it just a sec.
Sure thing. Oh, I see one right away that you could use, but I don't want to provide tips, I guess.
Right away.
Like, it's very...
yeah,
that one.
Like, protect... Because I was just thinking, because Anghel, defends himself now, so I didn't know if that was working. But if you think it does, then yes, sure.
Because if you're off the roof, you're not able to protect Always Thirsty.
Okay, fair enough, right. Yeah.
Sure. Are you re-rolling?
Yeah, so
Let's see it.
can it be worse?
No, no.
How much is that? Okay, I got the worst one. Well,
It's better.
fine, then 5. Oh shit,
5.
5.
He'll use your level 6 consequence to make it 7.
What?
You still have your level 6 consequence, if you remember.
I do. I remember. No, but I'm just like, damn it.
He wants to do his job.
Fair enough. Honestly.
Can you remind me what you've used already? Sorry.
Show&Tell has used the advantage that she created and the protective and righteous aspect.
Yeah, can I like reroll now again?
Yeah,
is
but
it too late?
you can, but you have to use a different thing.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I was just the reason I asked because I was wondering which one are available.
Okay, so on the same vein, because he's recently orphaned, then he, feels this connection with always thirsty. Like he doesn't want to lose anyone.
Oh, that's sweet and sad. Yeah, it works. Oh, that's good.
Ooh.
You're at an 8 to his 12 because he used your level
Yeah.
6 consequence.
Okay, I guess it's better than nothing.
4 damage.
So 4. 2 and 2, I guess.
Works. Okay. Your level 2 consequence will be winded because he basically throws you, but does not quite throw you like off the roof entirely. You are able, I think, to like grab onto the edge of the roof, but it's a blow that knocks the wind out of you for the moment. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
He gets back up and begins readying his bow to finish the job. Muninn's turn. You also can click and drag your token if you want. Also applies to Anghel and Izvir. Yeah.
Oh, I guess supposed to be on the roof. Barely hanging on, but still. Oh, I can't. I think.
Oh, yeah, I might have... yeah, give me a second to give you permission. I forgot to do that. My bad. You now should be able to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Tell me with the Satyr.
Well, I was more so thinking, like, yeah, I put you where I thought you would be hanging out. Hanging off, rather.
Oh, I see. Like he fell off. Like almost?
Almost. Emphasis on almost.
I see. Okay. Sorry.
No worries. Muninn.
How can I diffuse the situation?
Maybe following Miroslav's lead, I guess.
What, of going inside and...
Going to the stables where Nikephoros and Basil
Yeah,
are.
go there, please. I was thinking about doing that, but like Anghel wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, Miroslav did say that he was gonna do that.
Oh, okay.
So
I guess I'd
but
follow...
is Miroslav gonna do that to
to
Oh,
let
okay, yeah, that's
always
good, okay.
thirsty be considered a guest and not a threat.
Right.
Okay.
I guess Muninn would do that as well then. I suppose in terms of if you ever need to roll to convince them, I could probably give you a +1 or like an assist for now, right?
Okay.
As far as gameplay.
How to convince though?
So,
if we need to.
So in terms of game mechanics, Muninn, you're using your in-game turn to give Miroslav an assist?
If we're going to be fair, in the nicest possible way, I feel like Zahos is willing to listen to me as Oracle, so I feel like no is probably the answer. I feel like I should also individually, like...
You can walk there.
I don't know how...
Try to do that, yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to do that then.
Feel free to click and drag your token.
Okay. Feel free to stop me if I.
You're good. You're good. Ugh, says the servant as you walk past. As you approach Nikephoros and Basil, Basil tenses and Nikephoros says, "Yes, your nose does not betray you." "Hello, dear Oracle."
Hello. We have a situation. Your satyr thinks always thirsty as a threat. Can you command him to let him into...
Who's always first?
Muninn would point behind them and to over there.
Always first is a bit down slope, but yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Muninn would say it's one of Anghel's followers. Can you order your satyr to
I mean, Anghel has
down?
one follower at the moment, doesn't he?
And the horse.
And the fairies.
Yes.
And the fairies.
But okay.
Yeah, the fairies and the horse are not here at the
Correct.
moment, I think.
Izvir is correct.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's been a while since they were mentioned. But yeah, Muninn would say, "Can you please tell your satyr to stand down?" He's also attacking Anghel as we speak.
Oh, for goodness sake. Nikephoros agrees and would signal the satyr to stop by raising his hand. And satyr sees that, lowers his bow, growls at Anghel, says, "Leave me to my job."
Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay.
As you're hanging off the roof.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Muninn would thank Nikephoros.
Waves you away.
He's waving me away.
Yeah, he's at the moment staring at the satyr to make sure the satyr does stand down. And the satyr is glaring at Anghel like, "Are you gonna attack me anymore?" Basically.
Oh, he's waving the satyr away then?
No, he's waving you away because he's busy on getting the satyr in check, basically.
Right. I see. My bad. Okay. Muninn would be waved away.
So Anghel, as the satyr stands down, says, "Let me do my job." What does Anghel do? We can above board end the combat here, basically, if you concede, and your concession is you let the satyr do his job.
That sounds legit. I kind of want that, but I'm just like,
In terms of
okay, you know what? Yeah. In terms of what?
The Prince Charming side of you, it's good that always Thirsty is safe, but you still feel like like trespassers should not be punished by getting shot.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
God. I don't know. Would Anghel like... Damn it, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think.
If you have any questions, like maybe, for instance, about like the Prince Charming side of things, do let me know.
Yeah. Like if Anghel concedes the fight, then he loses like points, right?
Depends on the reason he concedes. And I will not say more.
Right. Because I mean, what I'm thinking is that, you know, there has to be a reason why we're protecting like the mansion, and that
I'm very, very tempted to give you a hint. Give me a clever if you want. But yeah, if the clever roll is bad, I will not give you a hint.
Yeah, well, we'll try, but It's a 1, by the way.
I saw. Fine. I'll say it's a 2 because of the prayer thing. I guess doesn't work, but sure, I'll bend the rules slightly.
I'm so great.
Maybe emphasis on what you were saying, that you don't know what's the purpose of the satyr defending the estate. So maybe it would be best to find out more before you beat the crap out of the satyr.
I was thinking, okay, but then I have to concede the fight right now,
Hmm?
right? And then I can always start it again if I want.
Yeah, though you'd have to start it in a different way because the terms of your concession is that you leave the satyr to do his job. So,
I see.
So you have to.
Right.
Yeah, you'd have to start it in a different way if you want to engage the satyr again.
I see. Okay, fine. We'll concede for now.
Okay. Satyr gives you a look, and I guess for dramatic effect, stomps on the roof to the point that you fall down. Not injuring you because you're a big, strong lad, and Miroslav's right there to catch you if he wants, of course.
Sure.
To be smooshed, maybe.
I'll catch Anghel.
Okay.
And I imagine this is as good a point as any to cap off today's session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
You managed to keep always thirsty alive.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't want another one gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time we saw a satyr, but it's cool to see another one.
Again, it was in the
that-
slave
I think-
village. That was last
Oh
time
yeah,
we
that
saw
was
one.
it. Sorry, I forgot that we remember. Well, I didn't, but I forgot that you clarified. Yeah, they're really cool creatures, but they're also very sus.
This
if
one,
you know what I mean.
this one is more duty inclined than the one you met previously, who was just debaucherous.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I read the Peroshka letter out loud, by the way.
You did not read either letter out loud.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
we know. Do we need it? Like, I mean, you did tell. You
There-
did
there's
say.
there's a part of me that really wants Dely to read the first letter out loud, but that's just the 13-year-old part of me.
Okay.
To be completely transparent, part of the letter, I imagine Dely figured out which part of the letter, is taken from an actual historical letter of a gay person that was very vulgar in their letter.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that? I mean, we don't know what this letter is about, right?
No.
I mean, like. Okay.
And
No,
I
but,
I kind of hope for Dely to read it out loud because teehee funny words.
Yeah, maybe next time. I do
Is there a
see.
purpose to this letter, though? Besides the funny words?
There might be. Like in addition to the funny words, there might be.
Okay.
There, yeah. There's Are we both talking about the White Rock one? We are, aren't we?
We are.
Okay. Yeah. One of the paragraphs ends very rudely. Let's just say. But
Again,
maybe next time when it comes.
It's I did not make that up.
Yeah. Maybe next time when we because I think Muninn's gonna give it to the letter to Anghel, so we can talk about it next time. But the one,
The rude letter?
the rude letter, yeah, because it's related to with the White Rock and everything is sort of relevant to Anghel and Willow and everything.
Oh,
but-
wait. I thought the cylinder letter was the one with the white rock.
Nope.
No, the cylinder letter is from Peroshka. At least I think it is. It's
Correct. Well, yes, because it's signed P. You don't.
Yes.
The other players don't know the contents. You just know what Cassius told Muninn that Piroshka was planning to deliver it by having that one slave ingest it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
But again, as for what it says, we can talk about it next time if you like, because it'll be fresh in everyone's mind and more relevant because we're not like, do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. Yeah.
Quite a bit of stuff happened this session, though, other than the letters. I guess going chronologically, we had always firstly trying to climb up a tree. I guess that's the first thing that happened technically. And we had the whole encounter with the nun.
Yeah, and Cassius's
Yep.
super fast
Yeah.
catching up.
That's true. Yeah, oh my god, I can't believe that I went supersonic. But I also hope that Muninn's intentions were relatively understandable. Like talking to because I didn't originally intend for the talk with the nun to go that way. At first, Muninn was just supposed to like attack her, but then as in between sessions, I was like, "Oh, actually, this might be a good idea for something else to happen for the connection between them and Acacius to be questioned, if you know what I mean, not severed but questioned."
I will mention, in terms of like attitude to everyone else, like how Muninn would behave when in front of Anghel and Miroslav and everyone else. Cassius would probably not allow Muninn to behave differently, like to indicate that something has happened to question that connection, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. So only Muninn and the nun would know what had happened until the next we meet someone of the new faith, I guess.
You can imagine that Cassius might be more cautious next time, but yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Other than that, what else happened?
Well, technically during the flight, Cassius maybe, well, certainly maimed, but maybe killed a few people, yeah?
Yeah, that's true. By like pushing people over with like super strength.
Yeah, don't underestimate how strong those pushes were.
Yeah, I know.
And
But
yeah,
I was like,
this is not anime. This will hurt.
yeah, absolutely. I feel like I might have. My only thing is like I feel like I may have undersold how much pain Muninn was in, because like in terms of when they woke up, because like they were in so much pain that they passed out. But then when they woke up, I feel like I didn't spend too much time with them.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could just like, if you really could just like
I mean, it
go
could
out immediately.
it could be the adrenaline since he heard Anghel fighting. I guess.
There's that. There's
Maybe.
also, generally speaking, this has happened before. Cassius does not like Muninn displaying pain, if that makes sense. In character, because of everything that happened, you still hurt all over, especially your legs and your arms from the running and the pushing people out the way, like forcing your limbs to lengths that you definitely were not used to put it mildly. And plus the presence of Cassius in general just makes you burn up on the inside. And we sort of described when Miroslav and Basil and Anghel picked you up that you had burn marks on your legs and arms. So there's that.
Yes. Absolutely. I didn't know. I don't know. Other than Relatively off topic. I just remembered halfway through your session as well. I still have a big wolf debt to be paid.
You do?
So I don't know how like that works in terms of like, will Muninn reach the limit of their overdraft? Do you think at some point?
There's no limit. There's just ever more debt, and he will come to collect. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was a fun session. I feel like, did we get more done today than we usually do, or is it like average?
I'd say there was more done today, but I'm comparing to the like sessions where we were stuck in that one room, because those spring to recent memory. To be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the pacing was relatively, in terms of like story beats and stuff like that, I feel like it was relatively well paced, if you know what I mean.
I'm curious. The answer above board from you guys can be, we have no opinion about this. That's perfectly fine, because it was a bit more subtle. But I'm curious if there are any thoughts about sort of the Ophelia situation, let's say.
Yeah, there was this whole thing about, oh, he doesn't know, but I wasn't paying enough attention, to be honest,
No worries.
to realize what was going on there. Sorry.
I know what's going on, right?
Dely
Like,
does.
how we-
Dely does. Well,
Yeah.
as far as Dely, I don't remember if you were FK or not, but Dely, you know, as far as you know, Muninn does not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about
Okay, why
something
is
else.
that? Interesting.
Are we talking about the same thing? I'm asking about like the interactions with Ophelia in this episode, and thoughts on possibly everything that's going on, like politically wise,
Oh, as far as politically,
including family politics, not necessarily national politics, I guess.
To be fair, have we? It's, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's going to be interesting to talk about, because I don't know if we've spoken to Ophelia about the whole Rebob being left for dead and stuff, and
Nope, you have not.
so that's going to be an interesting conversation, because
Rebob,
you know, that's
Rebob
gonna.
was there when Miroslav met Ophelia.
Yeah.
Oh, right. But you know, the estate was like, if I remember right, the plan was to get Rebob out, like to find Rebob and save him, right?
Yes.
And now a whole building is burned down.
There'll be
that's-
lots to talk about. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. There's gonna be a lot to talk about.
What else happened today that is worth bringing up? Not much comes to mind necessarily. Oh, I guess now you know what the thing on the roof that you noticed before is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I can't. I'm glad that it's out of the bag.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw your message, Deli. I don't know what you're asking me. I'll be completely honest.
It doesn't matter. I'll probably ask you another time.
Sure. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. Sorry for noticing late. Anyway. Okay. Well, unless there's anything else, of course, do let me know. We ought to proceed to our shoutouts otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Thank you, dear viewers, for watching and listening to us. Let's see. what these people are up to. Apparently, according to the dice, we ought to start with Izvir. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing, Izvir?
Yeah. I'm Izvir, or Izvir Truly a Goblin. I am a Goblin Doll VTuber on Twitch. And I mostly stream art, however I also stream some games. Once a week I try to play Anno 1800 with friends, usually on Friday. And I also have my commissions open, so if you like my art, you can commission me.
You can and you should. Thank you very, very much, Izvir. Then, according to the dice, we would have Show and Tell. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Yes, so I'm Show&Tell, and I do reactions. I have quite a few channels on YouTube for all sorts of reactions, and also on Patreon, and you are welcome to join.
Indeed. For everyone, of course, links are on screen and in the description. I'm stumbling over my words. Thank you very, very much, Show and Tell. And then, of course, we would have Dely. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Of course. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely. I am a mushroom VTuber on Twitch.tv. You can find me there once a year playing variety, and you can also find me on my Discord server and Blue Sky.
Yep. Do so. Find Dely there. Hopefully Dely will be there. Hint, hint. Regarding the Twitch bit, I mean. But yeah. Yeah. Thank you very, very much, Dely. And I, dear viewers, was your Dungeon Master, Game Master Teeironor. I do this series, which is quite a lot of fun. I also do another series set in the Warcraft universe. We've been on and off of it because of scheduling stuff. You should be getting 2 weeks straight of episodes, probably. Yeah, I look forward to that. Yeah. Other than that, thank you as usual for everyone for watching and listening to us. If I remember, yeah, there's a possibility that we may take next week off, but if we have to, I'll let you all know on Twitter and Blue Sky, probably Blue Sky more than Twitter, but yeah. Otherwise, we will see you when we'll see you. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.